is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
You are watching and listening to Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube and your favorite podcasts.
Are you ready? I'm saying, are you ready? Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favorite podcast platform
Or ask your smart speaker
to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Right, Chris.
Alrighty, hello, how the devil are we? Let me just put my booster cushion into place. There we go. Good afternoon, good evening, good day, good morning, good night, goodbye. Hello, depending wherever you are in the world. Welcome along. Well, that was a transfer deadline day to forget, wasn't it? But look, I said at the start of it, wouldn't be too much. I wouldn't mind too much if we didn't sign anybody. Enzo gave me my wish. This is LTID TV from Leicester Till I Die. Thank you for joining us and watching on YouTube or listening on a YouTube podcast. We're going to get Kate in to talk about the team. The team has obviously just been announced, but I'm just pleased to tell you this.
Chris does it 3 hours a day.
Want to do it again?
5 days a week.
Oh, yes.
Just for you.
I love it.
On the Golden Breakfast Show.
This is Surrey Hills Radio.
Oh, Kate was there a minute ago.
I'm here. Sorry.
That's all right, not a problem. I thought you'd fallen down the pothole.
I'm very good.
But anyway, look, let's get the elephant in the room out of the way first. Nothing came in on Boxing Day, on deadline day. End of the world, though, is it?
No, not at all. We said before, didn't we? We've said numerous times throughout January, we don't feel like we needed to add to the squad. Cassaday's departure was obviously unscheduled and unpredicted for us, but I still think we're okay. I think there was a lot of anger and annoyance on the fans' forums and Twitter and stuff, which I can partially understand, but I just think we're doing really well. Sometimes, like you've said before, like the esprit in the camp can upset the apple cart, so we've not got that issue. And this chap's played 35 minutes and sounds very injury prone, so we've already got that in Pratt. So things happen for a reason, don't they? And we've got a decent team. KDH has stayed, which is absolutely paramount to our promotion hopes. So yeah, I'm feeling positive about it, really. Disappointing, but it's in the past and we move on.
Indeed. I see you've got the stadium behind you. Very, very nice. I mean, they said on one of the forums here, we've got 6 players in that position, you know, and we've got youngsters coming through that can still play, like Alves and Braybrook. If we don't have to spend, I know it's only actually, I can't believe I'm saying only 2 million about Leicester, but why pay anything out when you've got those youth players coming through via £100 million training centre?
Yeah, as with anything with running a business, there's a risk-reward analysis that has to go into it, and there's a cost-benefit analysis that has to go into it. And we just didn't want to, for whatever reason, we've not been able to pay the money or whatever. It's like a game of chess at the minute, this FFP, and we're navigating it. We've perhaps got ourselves into trouble through previous mistakes, but we're trying to navigate it properly, especially while the spotlight seems to be firmly on football clubs in that area. So, yeah, I think the youngsters coming through. Nelson looks great. We've got that cover as well. You know, we've got some really exciting young players that, God, if they end up being first teamers, what a coup that's going to be. Like freebies, basically.
Well, this is it. Totally 100%. And, you know, everybody was going mad and saying, like, well, you know, why did they fly him over? Blah, blah, blah. Look, you know, if they hadn't flown him over and, you know, he'd agreed at sort of 7 o'clock, you know, by the time we got on the plane and got over here, we might have missed the deadline day. So, you know, he's there in case. All right, there was Sobson. And, you know, we're not in the EU anymore, which makes it all a lot harder. Well, when it comes to these sort of things.
And he'd have been in the know about that. He'd have been probably told, come over, we'll do absolutely everything, and you need to be here in case we get the green light at the last minute.
Yes.
But it didn't happen. And I think Enzo would have been aware of it. Sensi would have been aware of it. You know, we can't believe all we read. Is really crucial on this. But say la vie, you know, we didn't lose sleep over Adrian Silva. We just need to carry on as we are. We've got a great squad. The team looks solid today, doesn't it?
It does. And the last thing we need to do is sort of worry about a points deduction. You know, if we can imagine if we qualify, you know, if we got top 2 by 10 points, and then we got docked 15 for, you know, smashing.
Yeah, well, even worse if it's how it seems to be happening. We get promoted and start next season with -10.
Yes.
You know, it seems to be hitting the season after, which we don't need that. You don't want that hanging over your head. And for some reason, we might be one of the only people that are acting honestly in this whole FFP malarkey for all we know, and are just quite transparent about things. But the spotlight's firmly on, and you can see that through the massive amount of inactivity during January.
Yes, indeed. But let's have a look at the team. I mean, it's pretty much picks itself at the moment, doesn't it? Vestergaard's back, Faz is back. Doyle's in, Justin, is he on the subs bench? Let me just have a look.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
So you did say he actually took a knock at the end of the...
I thought he did. He just got a nasty tackle. He didn't seem to affect him at the time, but it was quite a harsh tackle, yeah. But it sounds like he had a cold or something, didn't he? I think Enzo said.
I don't know, bless him.
I think he said he had a cold. I mean, you know.
I'm still here doing this.
He can blow his nose on a £1 note from his wage packet, can't he?
Exactly. When it gets to Manco, that's when you've got to really... Winks and Dewsbury Hall in the middle. Fatawu straight back in. Would you have done that, or would you have left it?
Yeah, Fatawu definitely. He's on fire at the minute. He's having such a hot spot in the season. He's a fan favourite. He's really exciting to watch. Let's hope we can bring him into the game a bit. He was a bit quiet in the first half against Cov before he made some noise that wasn't welcome. But yeah, what an exciting player. We've got to get the minutes in him. We probably want to get him on a permanent in the summer, so that's another signing that hopefully we'll get in the summer. Yeah, he's brilliant and causes quite a few problems, so good to see him back.
Interesting to see. McAteer, all right, you know, maybe he knows that Fatawu was going to come back, and I am sure that Enzo would have taken him aside and had a word with him, you know, rather than not just stop it. But he's not even on the subs bench.
Who, McAteer's not?
No.
Oh, right, okay. Interesting. I mean, he has been a bit injury here. I don't know if it's perhaps to do with that. I don't know. That's interesting, really. I'd not noticed that he wasn't on the bench. I really like McAteer. I think he's a good watch. I think he's really good at running at players. Not afraid to take anything on. No. So I wonder what's gone on there. Then I'm not sure.
I mean, 3 games that he's missed. 3 games that Fatawu's missed. I wouldn't say we've really missed him, really, you know, because McAteer's done such a good job.
Yeah, and I think that just shows the breadth of the team, doesn't it? We've seen a few times, oh my God, what are we going to do without Ricky P? What are we going to do without Winks? What are we going to do without Doyle? What are we going to do without Vardy? But everybody else makes up for it. We've got such a good level across the team now, which is really refreshing to see. And we can just cope with it. Goals come from everywhere on our pitch at the moment in that sort of front 5 or 6. So, you know, everybody, it's sort of a sign of a good team, isn't it? When everyone contributes and you can cover up anybody missing and injuries, etc. So it's good.
And I've got to ask you this. I mean, I haven't gone into the chat yet. I know Gray's in there. Good afternoon, Gray. And he may be steam coming out of his ears. Daka starts. Now, you know, this is a bit of controversy after the last game, to put it politely. I mean, you know, he set one up He got the penalty. Yes, I know the arguments are if he'd gone on, would he have missed? Would he have scored? But would you have started Daka?
I wouldn't have done, I don't think. I would always go for Cannon. I just think he looks the more rounded player, and I think genuinely he is our future, to be honest. But when I saw his name on the team sheet, I didn't really give it much thought, to be honest. It's just like running here. Didn't give it much thought, to be honest, because I just expected him to be. I think Enzo's already set his stall out that he picked him for a reason because he was on quite hot form before the AFCON.
Yes.
So in Enzo we trust, right? We won in the week.
He came out and said, didn't he, Enzo, that he picks his strikers depending who the opposition is.
Yep, absolutely. And I just don't want, I want Cannon to keep improving and keep getting minutes because it's super important to his progress, I think. So I want, like he used to do with Vardy and Nacho a bit, give one 60 minutes and one half an hour, and then he'd flip it. I would like to see a bit of that if he wants to use both going forward, because I think they both need to stay sharp in case of injuries or in case they're needed unexpectedly. So I don't want Cannon to be left out in the cold or anything like that. I don't want a Cody situation where I think there's a bit of rustiness associated with him at the minute. But I do have a gripe because I personally wouldn't pick him, but I'm backing Enzo anyway, and I didn't really give it a lot of thought because from what Enzo said, he at the minute is going to put him first on the team sheet.
And like you say, if it's 60-40, 60 minutes and 40 minutes and then 40 minutes and 60 minutes, like he was doing earlier in the season, I don't think anybody could moan. You can't, if Daka had got 2, that isn't going to guarantee that he's going to stay on the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. What I would like to see, because I think Daka had a shocking second half in particular in the week, I'd like to see Enzo have reacted a bit quicker to get him off. So that's the kind of thing I would like Enzo to do more. When someone's having a stinker, and not just Daka, but generally, or it needs a change, I'd like to see him act a bit quicker.
Yes.
But we can always ask for more, can't we? We're a bit impatient like that. So
I just want to say the subs are Stararchik, Justin, Cody, Nelson, Chowdhury, Pratt, Eunice, Cannon, and Vardy.
Yeah, great bench, I think. Interesting that he's got Cannon and Vardy, so he obviously is perhaps thinking of using one depending what way it goes.
Yes, no. We've had 2 goalkeepers. What's to stop us having 2?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's encouraging to see Pratt coming back. I'd like to see him get more minutes while we can make use of him and he's not injured.
Well, yeah, very quickly, just need to say that he can't turn things around. He's got half a season just under to go. He scored a goal or scored 1 or 2 goals in the last couple of games. So he could turn the season around and stay fit, and we could say, actually, we want you to stay. But look, I can see it's raining there, and you're dying to get in. So very quickly, prediction.
2-0 to me today, to Leicester.
2-0. Well, I've gone 3.
Okay.
But no, I will speak to you after the game. Stay safe.
All right. See you later. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye. Oh, okay. I don't know where Bradders is at the moment. He was supposed to be in. I hope he's all right. I did try calling him. Let me just. I don't know what he's doing, but look, there's the team. Let's get into the chat because I can see there's a lot of you in there. So Gray is in. Afternoon Hall. I don't know if he's ill or not. I don't know what is wrong. I mean, you never know with these things, do you? Whether it's family or whatever. I'm sure we will find out in the goodness of time. Yeah, he did go 8-0. Let me just write Kate down. I will take obviously score predictions later, so don't fill the chat up too much at the moment. I will take them later, but obviously while Kate was on, just needed to do it. Yeah, I hadn't seen that, Gray, but Daka, look, he had one bad game. Vardy had quite a few bad games. But Luke has joined us. I'll just come to you in a second, Luke. I'm just going through the chats at the moment. Well, I think it's between Daka and Cannon, and at the start of the season it was between Vardy and Iheanacho. So I think it could be. Yes, Smash. Thank you, Scott. Thank you indeed. Afternoon, Chris and Kate. Good afternoon, Stuart. Cannon should have played, and if he'd played and he hadn't scored, and then Daka comes on and scores, we'll see. As long as he get 3 points at the end. Sign Senzi on a pre-contract agreement. That is if he can stay injury-free. Great is Cannon talking to each other. Morning, Nate. How are you doing? Does nothing with the ball. He's got more goals than Iheanacho, I think, and possibly Vardy as well. Do we want 3 players? We don't need players, guys. This is the thing. We've got a great squad. We do not need to sign for the sake of signing. And like Kate agreed with me there, we're doing that much too often. Why bring somebody in that might disrupt it? Overall, Cannon is probably the more complete player. Yeah, I mean, can you say that after 6 games? Daka is pants. You say that. I hope really, Gray, and I mean this in the nicest possible way. He comes on today, scores a hat trick, and we can shove that back down your throat in the nicest possible way. McAteer is not. Oh, he is in. Sorry, I didn't think he was in. Yes, he is in. Over Pratt or Atgun. Yeah, that's interesting because he's then going to be playing in the middle. Pratt is an enigma. We'll come back to score predictions later. Probably still asleep in his hoodie. Can honestly say that must be one of the worst Leicester shirts I've seen. It's not actually. Well, it's the warm-up shirt, isn't it? It's the warm-up shirt. And hi to David. How are you doing? Right, all the way from Australia. We'll bring him in, and we're going to do this for him as well because. Hello, Luke. Let me just find this because I'm going to do this for you.
Have a happy birthday from us to you.
Happy birthday down under.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate that.
Now I get confused. It's Saturday there today, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Saturday, and it will be my birthday in exactly an hour or so. Once it ticks over to the 4th in the future, I'll give you the lottery numbers while I'm there.
Yeah. So Sunday is your.
Yes, the 4th of February. Yeah. Yep.
Thank
Thank you,
right.
though.
It's so confusing. I always used to wish Jane a happy birthday the day before it actually was, you know. But well, you're here, you're sober. That's something you're not started drinking. You're saving all that for tomorrow.
I had a few drinks and a barbecue and poker earlier today at lunch, but no, I don't like being pissed before watching any form of sport, especially football. I like to take it all in and digest it.
Yes.
Thank you, Gray.
And Scott says it again there. Look, let's just quickly. We've got you in. We've got no Brad at the moment. Don't know where he is. Were you disappointed we didn't sign anybody deadline day?
I was a little bit, but I wasn't throwing my toys at the pram. I'm still very happy with the squad we've got. I'm annoyed about the way it dragged on, but am I freaking out? No. Yeah, it's a shame we lost Cassidy, but I don't think he was one for the future. Indeed, he's injured. But at the end of the day, look at all the signings we did in the last transfer window. For a lot that Rudkin's got wrong, I don't properly know the ins and outs, but all I can say is I was happy with the last transfer window, and I still think we have the squad. Nothing changes.
We did a lot in the transfer window in the summer, so we didn't really need to buy anybody. Yeah, all right, Cassidy went. I don't think he was pulling up any cheap trees, to be honest with you. I wasn't overly impressed with him. But why buy just for the sake of buying? It's almost like it's a window. Oh, we've got to buy somebody. We don't, do we? We're top of the league by, well, is it 10? I'm not sure what it is now because Leeds won. But, you know, we're 10 points, or we were 10 points clear. We're 9 now. So do we really need to spend money when we don't need it? And we have got the likes of, you know, McAteer, Nelson, Alves, Baybrook possibly coming through. There's no need, is there?
from where we sit now, no. Like I said, it would have been nice to have him in, but at the same time, like had he had come in and we had assigned him and he got injured pretty quickly, everyone would have been screaming like how he like butchered that deal and we should have done it and it was a waste of money and Rutkin out. So it's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, really, to be honest.
You certainly are. Talk us through the team. Let's start. I did throw this one at Kate. Daka. Surprised to see him in?
I am actually, to be honest. I really thought Cannon would be starting this, or possibly even Vardy. But thank you everyone for the birthday wishes as well, by the way. I appreciate it. The one that interests me the most is the McAteer playing most likely that right-hand side high pressing 8.
I mean, we've got the two wingers on, haven't we? Is he just trying to accommodate McAteer?
Is it that, or is it he rates him? I've always been curious, mate, because he plays different to Fatal. He doesn't really hug that touchline. You know, he cuts in of his runs. He's big for a winger and physical. I think this role could suit him, to be honest with you.
It will be interesting to see, won't it? I mean, I'm just looking at the team here. Yeah, they've got, So basically, they've got the three across just behind Daka, Fatawu, McAteer, and Mavadidi. I mean, if it works, we could be looking at 5-6, couldn't we?
I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say it and put the mozzers on it, so clip it. You jinxed it.
But we could.
No, man. Honestly, mate, it looks dangerous.
A very, very exciting starting lineup. I'm disappointed for Eunice because he's got a couple of goals, but then so was Pratt as well. You know what I mean? So it's a great position to be in, isn't it?
It is. I would have had Eunice in McAteer's position, but I'm curious to see how this works as well.
I am indeed. Let's talk Daka. And look, I know your thoughts on Daka. Look, everybody's got an opinion. That's what it is all about. And we had the banter after the last game, as you know, and that's all it was. We don't fall out over these things. It is banter. But if you say to me that we should have Ward in goal over Hermansen, I would argue the other way, just for because that's what these shows are all about. There's no point us all just sat and going, yeah, agree, yeah. It'd be a very, very short show. I'm surprised Vardy isn't starting because I think, as Kate made the point, we're probably looking at like one player on for 60, 65, one on for 30, 35. And then next game, swapping it round. Because that's what he was doing with the Iheanacho and
Vardy,
that's it. Couldn't think of his name then. Right. I can see, but obviously it spun round in the fact that it's now looks like it's going to be Daka and looks like it's going to be Cannon. But they're the ones that are getting the goals.
Just because they're the ones that have been playing, but it's a strange one. It's because we haven't had the three strikers really to contend with before. It was just the two. Well, we did actually have Daka, but now we've got three to pick from and possibly four soon. So, yeah.
If you remember, Daka was a point where he wasn't scoring the goals, was he? He came in and burst on the scene, and we can all go back to 4 goals against Moscow and all that. But he didn't live up to that promise, but then you could argue he wasn't getting the game time. Maybe he's being given the game time just to see how he can do. And look, you could argue maybe he should have shot and would it have gone in, wouldn't it have gone in? But you've got to be there to score the goals. You've got to be there to get knocked over for a penalty, and you put a good pass through. To be honest with you, I don't care who's on if they're scoring goals.
That's it, mate. Like, and for all the little rant I did just to wind you guys up a little bit, I would rather be wrong and say I want him to do well. It's not like I don't want a player to play well for this team. I love to bits. Do you know what I mean? But maybe it's a bit harsh. But look, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's see how he goes today.
Yeah, no, totally. Like I say, football is all about opinions. You can only give them your opinion. As I said about Brendan, when I was talking to somebody about him the other day, he won us the FA Cup. He got us into Europe 2 years on the run. We've never, ever done that before. We've never, ever won the FA Cup, but he will be remembered for that last season and going down. And it's the same with players. They are only remembered for their last game.
Yeah. It's a harsh way to go out sometimes, but it's everyone's recent bias.
What I'm saying is that you look at Daka and he had a bad game. If he comes on here and gets a couple, it'll be all sweetness and light. But again, if he has another bad game, then you've got to start asking questions and what have you. But no, it is a very, very interesting team. The LCFC.com have just had it up with winks in the middle. Don't know why the BBC always go this way, but they've got winks in the middle. I would say winks in the middle then, winks in the middle. And then they've got the four across then with Fataru, Makate, Dewsbury Hall and Mavadidi. Be interesting to see how Fataru does. I'm a bit concerned with Fataru because he's still young. He's going to come in and I think he's going to want to prove a point. Like, sorry guys, I shouldn't have got sent off, etc., etc., etc. However, I hope he doesn't do that and then not pass to somebody who's through with a, empty net, so to speak, because he wants to score and prove a point.
You kind of want players still to be like that, though, a little bit. They kind of need that little bit of arrogance, kind of like Madison style, to be able to take those chances on and back himself. And that's how they get better and improve, by taking those chances. But I agree with you, mate. But there's been a few times where he has done that. There's been a few times where he hasn't done that. People have been like, well, why didn't you shoot? So I'm thinking he's going to come in.
You totally can't win at all.
Yeah.
One season, Harvey Barnes was being criticised for never shooting. And then when he started shooting the next season, he was criticised for never passing. You're never going to please Leicester fans. But, that's fine if we win. But if it's 0-0 and somebody was open and he could have passed, you know what I mean? But look, it's easy for us. We're not on the pitch having to make a quick decision like that. What do you sort of see the score being, Luke? I mean, are we going for our annual 4?
I actually have to this game. I think I actually went 5 in the prediction, but I was feeling a bit excited. But I'm going to go 4.
You're going to go 4. Okay, yes, it is, Scott. It is taking effect. Let's have a look. I mean, going into this, we'll have a look at the form. And as you can see there, Stoke, 23rd on their home form. Ooh, not good. Leicester are second on the away form. And, of course, they've got a new manager from Plymouth.
Yes, so I don't think they're going to park the bus this time.
No, we were all over them, weren't we, last time?
They were, with all due respect, one of the poorest sides we've played.
Yes, yeah. And if you look at that, I mean, they've got the new manager in, but it hasn't really turned around. They've beaten Rotherham, which you would expect. I don't think they'll go down this season. I had Rory on, lovely girl who does a Stoke channel for the preview. But I think they're going to be careful because I think they're a bit like Leicester last season. And I'm saying they won't go down because there's 3 worse teams. And that's, people were saying that about Leicester. Oh, you're not going to go down. There's 3 worse teams than you. Well, there wasn't at the end of the season.
Exactly. So,
but Leicester there. We've had 2 home games. We've had 3 home games, in fact, if you include the FA Cup. Last away game, Coventry. Painful memories.
Painful. I was kind of hoping we were going to sign Callum O'Hare in the last minute and then bench him for the season. I'm just kidding.
There would have been a time. Maybe we could have afforded to. But look, like you say, all the doom and gloom about the transfer window. There we go. Look, what's there to worry about? Leeds managed to scrape past Bristol. I say scrape past. I don't know. It was 1-0 last night. Up to second as it stands. Leicester still top by 9 points. I mean, it's still. I mean, we've only lost 4 times. What is the panic?
Nothing. The only panic for me is when Twitter gets filled with people freaking out that Enzo is going to walk. Do you truly think he's going to be that disgruntled about this?
I think they would have learnt with the way that they did things with Brendan, where they didn't inform him. I think they would have informed him, and I think he would have known that when he signed for us. You know what I mean? And had we only signed maybe 1 or 2 in the summer, then that's a different thing, isn't it? That's a case of, that would have been annoying. But we signed a hell of a lot of players in the summer, and maybe we said, look, do you want them now, or do you want to keep some back? Because January is a bloody piss stupid transfer window anyway, isn't it?
It is. It's the only thing is I just don't understand why it dragged on so long. But I'm not worried. I just don't like the way the whole thing looked.
Now, that unfortunately is typical Leicester on that, and I think it's something to the fact that we're not in the EU now, so paperwork may have been different. But look, let's get some predictions in. You've gone 4-0. Scott has gone 6-1 to Leicester. Actually, I'm going to change mine to 3-1. I'm going to go 3-1 because we always concede a goal. So Scott has gone 6-1. Gray has gone 4-0. He's agreeing with you. Dangerous, Gray. That's very dangerous.
I always said Gray was a clever man.
Anyway, he agrees with you about Daka. So Jeff has gone 2-0. So nobody's giving out much hope for anything from Stoke. So welcome along from Sweden, Phil. How are you doing? He's gone 2-1. Let's have a look. Let's just go back up here. And that's it at the moment. So do get your score predictions in. We've got a run of games now, haven't we, that really we should take advantage of, the good form that we're in. We've got Stoke today, and I'm not saying any of them are easy or any of them are sort of, going to be a piece of piss to win, but they are bottom of the table, if you like, and looking at Leicester, we've got Watford after this. That shouldn't be the toughest game, should it?
On paper, no, but I'm just getting so paranoid now that we're going to jinx it big time. I think, are we being smug?
Well, yes, we probably are, but not in a horrible way. And I say this to all the opposition fans, we are smug, and look, we've got this great big smile on our face because we're winning. Look at us last season. We weren't being smug then, but I do know totally what you mean, and I still don't think we've had our dip yet. Craig argued with me and said, the 2 losses in the row was a dip, but really, I'm still worried that we have. But then again, Ipswich haven't really had a dip; they've drawn rather than win, but they've not had a major dip, have they?
They had a lot of draws. I felt like we've had a dip already, and I think that you've got to remind ourselves that it's clicking a little bit more and more as these games go on. And I feel like every time we have had a little dip or a loss, we've always come back and learnt from it, so to speak. And this is a lot of new players under Enzo and a new manager and coaches. So at the end of the day, it's still all taking time to gel, and it's going to continue to do so, I hope.
Do you think we were better at the start of the season? Because there we were getting 3 and 4 goals, weren't we? Now we're struggling sometimes.
Sometimes, but you can see what the ball, it is working. You can see what he's trying to do. Sometimes it's a bit frustrating in the final third, but it all depends on the rotations, 1 week we might think Dak is the best, and then it's look how good Cannon is, So it's just, I think he's just getting a feel for that team still.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Just to go back to Enzo, it's all paper talk, I think, but if he's going to get upset and walk over that, he's not going to last very long as a manager anywhere, is he?
No, I don't think he will. I keep getting worried when I see it all the time, but at the end of the day, it's his first proper gig. He's been backed in the first transfer window. He's top of the league, comfortable, and I think that if you look at a project sense of view, and it's working, and it's his system, and we're going up to the Premier League, and it's a new challenge. Does he want to start afresh somewhere else, or does he want to work with what he's got, or what he's starting to build? And that's what I'm trying to convince myself.
I don't think he's going to walk, to be honest with you. Yeah, no. All right, another bigger team might come in for him. If he gets us promoted and we break the record for number of points, and if everybody's saying we're going to get the points that we're going to get, we're not only breaking the championship points record. I think we're going to be with any club in England any season will be beating the record. And if a Chelsea or a Liverpool or even a Manchester City come along, is he going to turn those down? No, of course he's not. And I wouldn't, if I was managing Leicester. And you've got to accept that, but he's not going to go to a non-Big Six side with, I think, the project that he's got here.
Not after his first year or just before, surely not. And if you do, we still got him under a 3-year contract. You got to show us this, and it's got to work out for us. And that's something that you'd hope that Rudkin would get right if it ever came to that.
Yes, I think so. But like I say, he's a new manager. He's learning himself. So he's going to be misquoted. We've always got to remember as well that old language barrier, haven't we? Where I was misquoted. So, but mate, it's 5-3. I know you got the match there. Will you be able to pop on at half time?
Sure, will, mate. I'll be there.
And I do hope we're talking about a Daka hat trick.
I hope so too.
And not a hat trick and misses.
No worries, mate. I'll see you at half time.
Take care, buddy. All the best. Thanks for popping on. So thanks very much there to Luke coming on all the way from down under Australia. His birthday tomorrow. I'd give him a good birthday present. Go over and subscribe to his channel, Leicester City Down Under. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Here. I'm actually going to put it in the chat for you all. Let me just find where I've got it saved to. Here we go. So if you can go and give him a follow, that will be a great birthday present for him. Enzo will not walk out just because of one. No, he won't. Right, I'm going to go and get ready for the game. The kickoff is about 5 minutes away, and we will be back in a little while. So don't touch that dial. 51 of you in the chat. Please smash those likes, and if you are new, please do subscribe. I'll be back in the shake of a little peanut.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watch-Along show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
Chris does it 3 hours a day,
Wanna do it again?
5 days a week.
Oh, yes.
Just for you
I love it.
on the Golden Breakfast Show.
This is Surrey Hills Radio.
Yeah, please go and support our Matchday sponsor, Surrey Hills Radio. I know it is a Surrey-based radio station, but the breakfast DJ is absolutely amazing. Really is brilliant. Has a laugh and a joke. And if you like punk, if you like folk, if you like old music, new music, there's literally so many specialist shows there, and it doesn't really contradict too much on Surrey. So check it out, surreyhillsradio.co.uk. Right, the teams are out. They're just warming up. Indeed, Gray. Chris, how do? He's going for 3-1. Welcome along. Let me just add that down. Chris has gone 3-1. Yeah, as Gray says, you won't know all the rules. I don't want to know. See, anybody put it in the chat. Even if you think you're being funny, I've got a couple of mods in, and they will just kick you straight out. And if you carry on doing it, I'll ban you, and you will never be seen in this channel again. Reese had a mate. He's going 4. And I don't want to know any other results either, because if you put like that's a goal and you're going, oh, actually, I meant Ipswich, then we don't know. So all you're doing is causing shit. So if you put in any scores in at all, then we will kick you out as well. I won't be in the chat that much. Let me just. We are about to kick off. Daka just taking the knee. And here we go. And I put a timer up so you can see the timer, so you can see where I am. You stick by my rules, basically. So if you're ahead, don't put any. Don't put sort of, can't remember what I was going to say. So 30 minutes into the game here. A through ball there from Stoke, and it doesn't come to anything. Yeah, indeed. Ask Gray. Yeah, indeed. I'll pop in every now and again, but Leicester now are kicking from right to left. They're in their all blue kit. They've taken off their warm-up kit, as indeed I have done. Stoke in the red and white top. White shorts, white socks, and they are kicking left to right. Yeah, they're going for a high press, are Stoke, which is interesting. Excuse me. Learn to type. So, Bet365 Stadium is where we are today, and Bet365 is what they are wearing, adorning their shirts. But now Leicester are breaking through the middle. Mavadidi couldn't quite get it to Daka, but Daka managed to pick it up, but he's got 2 players on him straight away. So throw into Leicester. Mavadidi there had a little bit of a it wasn't the greatest through ball. Should have maybe looked at McAteer, who was coming through. So, Daka. McAteer tries to play back through to Daka, but it doesn't go. Daka turns around and says, what was that? Throw into Stoke. Vestergaard takes the Stoke player out. He's not taking any prisoners. But it did break the attack up. Stoke now on the near side, just by the dugouts. A long ball there through for the Stoke, up and over, but it was too hard and it goes out, and it will be a Leicester goal kick with 3 minutes on the clock. Leicester are making a lot of noise here. Stoke aren't, but in fairness, the Stoke fan Rory did say it could be quite. There's a lot of empty seats in the Stoke end. Is that the Stoke end behind the Stoke Leicester goal? Oh, KDH went down there, but it's been allowed to play on. Oh, Fatawu tries to chip it in, but it's gone out, and it will be now at the first corner of the game to Leicester. There's a lot of spaces. Wow. What does that say? And I'm not saying it's in fact all over the stadium. There's a lot of empty seats, and that must say an awful lot about the Stoke fans at the moment and how they feel towards the team. So corner taken. It's a short corner. Dewsbury Hall chips it into the box, but it's too high, too far, and it's out for a Stoke goal kick. So it's been a pretty even start. Leicester have had 70%, but as you can imagine, we're only literally 5 minutes into the game. There's no shots from anybody. You can't call that a shot from Dewsbury Hall. So the goal kick headed back to the goalkeeper by the Leicester defender. Vestergaard, I think it was. So all the matches have now kicked off, all the 3 o'clock. So there's a couple of late ones kicking off. Hull and Millwall have only just kicked off, but everywhere it is 0-0 at the moment. Please subscribe, and if you are new, but if you could also like the video, it does get the channel shown on other people's home pages. Leicester here play 1-2. Winks and Hermansen, who now has to kick it up and high. Comes to Doyle. Doyle takes it down well, gets it back to Vestergaard. Vestergaard now just sliding it forward to Winks. Does a 1-2 with Ricardo, gets it out to Faz, who turns inside and plays it back to Winks. Now it's over to the far side. And McAteer, is it? Yes, it is McAteer. In his new role for him today, McAteer. He plays it back to Faz, who goes a long ball up, but he doesn't quite get to Fatawu. And it's dealt with by Stoke, and it's a throw into Leicester. Quickly taken to Doyle. Vestergaard, Winks, Vestergaard. How often are we going to say that this season? How often have we said it already this season? Faz on the ball, on the halfway line. Up to Ricardo, out to McAteer. So throwing to Leicester now on the far side. Stoke couldn't control it. Excuse me. Not the best throw in, but we've managed to keep hold of it. Winks nearly taken down from behind. Ball up and over towards Daka. Was being held, but he gets it out. Now, playing it around. It's coming to Vestergaard. Winks. Oh, nice 1-2, Winks. Fatawu. Oh! That was a good move there. Probably the best move of the game so far. Lovely 1-2. With Winks and Ricardo, I think it was. Plays it out. Fatawu brings it inside. Could he have done better with it? I think he probably could. Remember what I said at the start of the game? Is he going to be in the position where he wants to just score because he thinks he owes the fans something? We're getting sent off. He could have maybe played it into the box. But then again, if he wasn't trying, we'd be saying, oh, why didn't he score? They can't win. Stoke come away, but they're giving the ball away now with Dewsbury Hall on the near side. Plays it infield. Daka can't control it, though, and it's kicked back to the Stoke goalkeeper. Southampton have taken the lead at Rotherham. With 5 minutes gone, it's Rotherham 0, Southampton 1. So Stoke at the moment playing it round the back. Oh, bad ball though, and it's going straight through to a Leicester player. Winks. Vestergaard. Doyle. Vestergaard. Winks comes against the ball off Vestergaard and plays it back to Vestergaard. All within that tight little circle at the moment. Vestergaard gets it back again. Ricardo now. Can he control the ball? Tries to get to Fatawu. Gets the throw in though. Ricardo taking the throw in. Just inside the Stoke half on the far side. All the empties, a lot of empty seats behind him. Oh, wasn't a very good throw in. Played Vestergaard into a bit of trouble, but he managed to get it. Doyle's got it now. Winks on the ball. Ricardo. Oh, Bakatir there. Didn't stand up very strong. Stoke get a free kick. Preston have gone 1-0 up at Ipswich. Come on, Preston. Yeah, Winks took the player out there, and I guess he really had to. It was a bad ball. It was sort of it played Leicester into trouble there. Again, as we always seem to say, sometimes we're our own worst enemy. So, Jim, hello from Florida. How are you doing? Reese, what did we say about... I'm going to have to time you out, Reese. I'm sorry. We did say, did we not? No scores in the chat. So Reese has gone. I know Reese is a regular, but it doesn't matter whether you're a regular, whether you're my best friend, or whether you're just new into the chat today. No spoilers. You should know that, Reese. Why do I have to keep telling regulars it? New ones, yeah, but regulars, come on. You're not that stupid. You know the rules. Oh, I'm sorry. It didn't show on my screen, Gray. Sorry, I've timed him out as well. Double time out there for Reese. Thank you, Phil. You're a gentleman, sir. So header forward now. Stoke have the ball in the Leicester half, and they get has it gone for a corner or a throw in? I think it might have just gone for a throw in. I don't think it quite reached the corner. Leicester cut out the throw in, but it only goes as far as the Stoke player. Sorry about that, Gray. I didn't, like I say, on this one, which is I don't see YouTube. I'm seeing the, Fee, hello. How are you doing? Welcome along. Nice to see you. Nice. 12.5 minutes gone. Nobody really taking control of the game at the moment. Now. Don't time him out. I'm going to ban him. Oh, Jews, we all header over. You're busy today, Gray. Yeah, well, it was you that made me. You made me look at it, Fee. You made me look at it. That was nearly a goal there for Leicester, but we have got a call. It was a good save by the goalkeeper. A header coming in. Oh, it's another corner to Leicester. 14 minutes gone. 2 corners. 35 likes. Can we get up to 50? There's 160 in. Just carry on, Gray. Carry on, mate. I don't care who they are. Tell me if anybody keeps doing it more than once, because what I can do is I will ban them from the channel, which basically means we just never see them again, and they don't know it. They're headed clear from the corner. Ricardo, though, on the ball. Back to Winks. Oh, Joe, for God's sake. Oh, nearly a goal there. Daka there, just missing out. Joel Martin obviously being a dickhead there, thinking he's being clever, telling us the scores when he knows we don't know any scores. All you got to do is read across the bottom, Joel. I presume you can't read. Maybe if you'd turned up at school as a youngster, you'd have been able to read better. I'm glad you like it, Fee. Oh, now Faz now played us into trouble. Stoker coming forward. Oh, and a weak shot from Stoke straight. It was a daisy cutter, and Hermansen was able to pick it straight up. So 16 minutes gone. $40 likes. Thank you very much. We're 10. We'd like to get to 50 by half time. We're 10 off that, guys. 158 of you in. Please smash that likes button. Just showing. Doesn't look too happy at the moment, Enzo, but not too concerned either. That's on the ball. Plays it back to Vestergaard, of course. Who plays it across to Doyle. Who plays it back to Vestergaard. That's one of his pinpoint balls up forward. Oh, that was such a beautiful ball from Vestergaard. All the way out to Fatawu. But as he tried to control it, the Stoke player got his foot in, so it's a throw-in, almost equal with the halfway. With one who's taking it, could have taken it further forward, Ricardo. I hope so. I hope so, Ronald. That would be nice. Vestergaard, Doyle. A long ball through from Doyle, but it was cut out very easily, and a throw in exactly the same position as where we got the last one. Ben, I think you were timed out for being a dickhead. Was he not? Oh no, I think you might be all right, Ben. You're not on the dickhead step. Gray will tell us. Morning from Dallas, Mark. Unlucky there. Daka didn't quite get to it. It's played back to the goalkeeper. I know it's quite simple. Gray's put it there in exactly straight, simple. Any scores, and that person is gone. And what will happen is if you keep doing it, Gray will, or Scott, or any of the other mods will tell me, and while they time you out, I ban you. So let's have a look at the scores. They're all 0-0s except Hull are 1-0 up at Millwall. Preston are 2-0 up at Ipswich. We know the dickhead told us earlier. Southampton 1-0 up at Rotherham. Everything else is 0-0. So as long as you don't give any spoilers, it's the penalty. Or you can see where my clock is. If you're ahead of it, you keep stum. And if you haven't heard me say it, you keep stum. Now Leicester come forward. 19 minutes gone. Ricardo plays it across field towards Doyle. Heads it upfield. It was a lovely cushioned header. Mavadidi now. He's got his turn with the ball. He's running into the box. He plays it across. Oh! That was unfortunate. Daka was waiting for it. He didn't get through to Daka. Well, we nearly scored then. That was unlucky. It was a lovely little move, but the flick onto Daka didn't reach him. But it's a corner on the near side. Leicester to take it short to Dewsbury from Mavadidi. Dewsbury Hall plays it across into the centre and Winks. Goes behind him a little bit, though. Leicester lost the momentum a little bit, possibly here. Ricardo out to Fatawu on the far side. Fatawu, it's too hard. Tried to play it through for Dewsbury. Maybe again, a little bit of ring rustiness there from Mavadidi. He hasn't played for 3 weeks. Hi, Sunday. Well, we probably had more possession. But at the moment, I can't say that Stoke will be sat there quaking in the boots. Remember, I come in and out of the chat, so divert anything to Gray or Scott or Doug, whichever of the mods is in. And I'll chat maybe when I come back in. So, that was it's a throw into Leicester. Bit lucky there. Now, quickly taken. It's Mavadidi on this near side. He gets it. Oh, no, he said it came off him. Possession is 69-31%. We've had 4 shots. They've had 1. Excuse me. 40 likes, guys. 50 now. Thank you. Well done, guys. Thank you very, very much. 50 likes. Appreciate that. Leave it to the second half. We'll try and get another 50 in the second half. But, yeah, probably Leicester are the better of the 2 teams at the moment. Hermansson's not really had much to do. You can forget he's even on the pitch. They come forward now. Mavadidi's got a lot of space here on this near side. Does a few fancy tricks. Can he get it into the box? He chips it in, but it's headed clear by Stoke. But it only goes as far as Winks heads it to Doyle. Doyle puts it on to the far side to Fatawu. He's got the space. Oh, just can't get it past the first player. It's headed out, but only as far as the Leicester player again. And it comes back to Winks. Winks does a step over, out to Doyle. Doyle plays it across to this near side. Mavididi. He gets it in, but again, it's kicked out wide. At the moment, Stoke, all they can do is defend. Leicester just coming at them. But at the moment, every time we try and get the ball in the box, there's a Stoke player there to stop it. There's somebody wave at Hermanson because he's had very little to do in this half. Not that I'm complaining, I should say. Anyway, throw into Leicester. Doyle to take it, equal with the penalty box. McAteer loses it, then Stoke lose it. Oh, Winks. Oh, he's going to get a throw in? Yes, he is. Plays it off the Stoke player. Always impresses me, Winks. He's got a good touch. Oh, it's a free kick now. I don't know what happened there because the camera was looking at the crowd. Oh, he pulled him back. Yeah. Avadidi pulled the player back. No need for that, really. Anyway, Stoke. We've got the ball in their own box. We're happy with it being there. Playing between the defenders. Daka tries to cut the player, closes him down well. It's a Stoke player playing a bad ball. Well done, Daka. So with Doyle. Doyle now goes all the way back. And Hermanson's there. Hermanson touches the ball. Vestergaard all the way across to Faz, who just taps it back to Hermanson. Now, again, too hard for Mavididi to run onto the end. Two straight through to the goalkeeper, who rolls it out underarm to his defender. At the moment, I've got to say Leicester are enjoying the majority of possession. Oh, managed to keep it there. And he's given away a free kick. Is that a booking? There it's there. And he's lucky not to go in the book. Daka goes down. Don't know why this Stoke manager's having a bit of a rant. Yeah, it's going to be a yellow card. Yeah, I thought I would say if he didn't get a yellow card, he was going to be very lucky. It wasn't a red. Well, no way was it a red, but it was definitely worthy of a yellow card. So Lewis, number 27 for Stoke, yellow card on the 24th minute. Oh, yes. He passed the ball, Daka. So a free kick now. Winks on the ball. Oh, bad header out. Oh, Dewsbury Hall was pushed then, but he manages to stay on his feet. Chips it into the box. On the far side. It's in! Daka! Daka scores! Where's all you Daka haters now? KDH was pushed. He stayed on his feet, took the ball to the byline, crossed it in. Daka was there. Does this hand celebration? So it's 1-0. So KDH crossed it over. I don't know who was on the far side. Was it McAteer? But he played it across into Daka. Oh, what a goal. What a goal. Oh, Stoke nearly get a quick response there, but managed to, Hamanson managed to get his foot in the way. Oh, and then a shot that goes over from Stoke. So almost an immediate response, Stoke. Yes, he does. Hey, Gray! Yeah. Sorry, Gray, couldn't resist. Again, right place, right time. I'm not sure who passed the ball because it was a cross from Kieran Dewsbury Hall. It went across, somebody headed it back in, and then he just kicked it in. I can't on this. I know what you're saying, Chris. Lee has a lot more subscribers than me, so gets a lot more money, and he pays for. I don't know if he pays for it, but he uses a different system, so I don't get that. But thanks for the suggestion, Chris. Thank you very much, Fee. Thank you very much indeed. So, Mavadidi stepping over back to Doyle to KDH. They might be able to, Caden, but it's a Leicester channel, so we don't give a shot. You're not coming here on a match day watch along for an unbiased opinion, have you? Certainly not while we're playing. Fatawu, yeah, that makes sense actually, Steve. Thank you. Oh, Mavadidi coming back. I can't say it was any more than Leicester deserved it. Leicester did deserve it. He's deflected in! 2-0! 2-0! 29 minutes gone. Light buses. You wait for one for half an hour and then two come together. And that's an own goal. Oh, they didn't clear it. They didn't clear it. McAteer shot. I don't know if he'll be given the goal or not. Let's have a look. Oh. Nobody closed him down. Caden, you're going the right way to be getting yourself kicked out, mate. Yeah, they're giving it to McAteer. They're actually giving it to McAteer. It was on target. So McAteer has got it. That's what I said, Paul. Caden, look, mate, we more than welcome opposition fans in here, but if you're going to show disrespect and talk like that, then I will ask Gray to kick you out. That's your last warning. Gray, if you can keep an eye on, let's go out for a Stoke corner. Keep an eye on Caden. One more disrespectful post. And he goes. Two 0. 2-0. It's been given to McAteer. It did take a deflection. But McAteer, I think it was on target. It was going to hit the goal area. Whether it would have gone in or not, I don't know. Fee, you are a lady. Thank you so very, very much. I appreciate it as always. You might, but looking at the way this game's going, you might need to take a bank loan out tonight. Indeed, Ant. Sorry, I saw you earlier, mate. I was busy. Nice to have you in, Ant. How are you doing, sir? Nice to see you. Thank you very much, Gray. Well done, sir. Well done. Oh, now, oh no, Leicester lost it. Oh, is that a throw in too? Yes, it is to Leicester. Could it be quickly taken? It is. There's Dewsbury Hall quickly takes it. Mavadini running. Oh, he's not. No, he ran into the player more than taken out. Well, yes, he seems to be. Doesn't seem to have favourites, does he? Which, of course, we do know Brenda did. Yeah, again, let's hope we don't do what Leicester always do, Spencer. Let's hope we don't think, 2-0 up, let's just sit back. You can't ask for any more, Ben. You can't ask for any more. Like I said, last game, everybody's having to go at Daka, but he got 1 goal and won the penalty. What more can you ask for? Indeed, Gray. Totally agree with you. Opposition fans or fans of any team are always welcome in the chat. You know, we have Luke in here from Forest. We have a bit of banter, but he never gets disrespectful. And if an opposition fan is in and they're not disrespectful, they're welcome. Let's have a bit of banter. So, nice to hear, Ant. Nice to hear. Thanks for popping in. George, there's a lot of love from you, George. And I presume that's to Gray. Oh, I think he deserves it. Oh, that was close. A good cross in there. He managed to get down the right-hand side, the Stoke player. Played it across, but it was good defending. Somebody just got their foot in the way. But now Stoke are coming their way again. At the moment, Leicester are having to sort of batten down the hatches. Stoke are coming at us. So Stoke now. Oh, poor cross in. It was bending in, but it was nearer to Hermanson. So just the last few minutes since that second goal, it's Leicester that have been doing the defending. You did indeed, Ronald. I love your optimism, man. It would be nice. It would be nice. So let's just see how everybody else is getting on today. Yeah, we clear the ball upfield. Let's wait for a breaking play. Vestergaard plays it inside. Fatawu. Oh, Fatawu has it. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. Daka had it. He played it wide to Fatawu. Should have played it back for 1-2. But again, he went for it. And we're... Hi, Gus. How you doing? Dino, nice to see you again, mate. Stoke fans are getting very frustrated. So, Fatawu on the far side, chips it in. Oh, Fatawu, he's not having a great game, Fatawu. He's really not. He's got to learn it's not all about him. He needs to start looking at the bigger options and looking, is there an option he can do? Yeah, don't mention any companies, Ant, or any scores, but apart from that, you can do. Right, when it's a goal kick, let us just catch up on scores. It's a free kick to Stoke. Blackburn 0, QPR 0, Huddersfield, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Hull 1, Millwall 0, Preston 2, Ipswich 0, Rotherham 0, Southampton 1, Stoke 0, Leicester 2, Swansea 0, Plymouth 1. All the other games are 0-0. Of course, it's 2-0 here. Elizabeth, indeed. But again, as we always say, we need to put these games to bed. Oh, a back flick there from, but it didn't come off. Oh no, I thought he caught Jubilee Hall. It was a late challenge, but he managed to stay on his feet. Well, he didn't stay on his feet, but he got up straight away. 67 likes, guys. Thank you so very, very much. I think this is a free kick. I think it's to Leicester. A third one would put it to bed. So it's back with Hermansen at the moment. Just checking my Amazon package, guys. It's got a package which is likely to come during the match. Sod's law, of course. Has on the ball now. Hermansen's just stood with it there, just saying like, right, who wants it? Winks comes and gets it. Who else? Oh, is that a free kick? No, Stoke player's gone down. The referee's not interested. Oh. Oh, McAteer, you silly person. It's going to be a red. This is going to be a red for McAteer. He pushed the player over, McAteer. He might have been fouled, but there's no need. He's going to be very, very, very lucky. Very lucky there. I've seen them get reds for that. He didn't head him, as Elliott says, Matt Elliott. He's got a booking, needless booking. Let's have a look at it. All right, it was a... Oh, McAteer had the ball. They lost out to Berger. Berger actually then went after McAteer, said something to him, and McAteer stood up and pushed him. Thankfully, he only pushed him with his hands, which isn't good anyway, but he gets a yellow card, not a red card. I think we got one very, very lucky boy there. I know Matt Elliott said, well, he's probably frustrated, but you can't be frustrated. You know, and you know, he's played enough. He's not this inexperienced youngster anymore. So, silly boy. Dewsbury Hall now. That was a good ball out to Mavididi. Oh, that was a shame. That would have been a lovely ball through to KDH to give him it back. Hermansen had to go away. That was a lovely, again, Stoke replied with a lovely ball, long ball through. Nobody out there really covering him. There was a Leicester defender trying to get back. Hermansen had to come out and got there first. I think it was Vestergaard who was coming back with him. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. 41 minutes gone. Because those are the rules, Fee. Those are the rules. Now Mavididi gets a yellow card. And Gray is a... it doesn't give anything away. You're quite right, Ant. Like you can discuss the Leeds game because that was last night. That doesn't give anything away. But you don't discuss the Blackburn game, but the Ipswich game, or obviously this game. Rules is rules. So it's been a little bit busier of recent, has Hermansen. So, yeah, they're just saying here McAteer could come off at half time. No, Fee, never be sorry for asking. Never be sorry for asking, Fee. You're more than welcome. It's raining here. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. So Stoke have it on the near side. Playing it through, easily cut out by Faz, but it's straight to a Stoke player. They've still got it now. It's switched over to the far side. We need to watch this. Still, oh, don't know what Faz was doing there, but he got it out for a corner, so that's all that matters. There's a corner quickly taken. Oh, bad corner. It goes all the way over everybody. And it goes out for throw in near the corner flag. Coming up to the last half a minute here of the first half. Yeah, the score is on the screen. Oh, Leicester, they're giving it away there, really, but it's a throw into Leicester. Two minutes of stoppage time. I think it's a case at the moment of Leicester holding on. Stoke haven't, I mean, all right, they've gone 2-0 down, and that second goal is obviously always grateful that we get, but just the rules, Fee, just the rules. If you stop rules and you relax them, then you can't get the rules back in. I haven't, Stefan. It's up on the wall behind me there. It's on the door. Can't you see it there? Look there. He didn't do anything wrong, Madison. Oh, good cross in there for Stoke, but it's going to worry the space station more than Hermansen. Was it wrong with James Madison? He was a good player for us. He didn't ask to leave. We sold him. So we're coming up soon. We've got about less than a minute of the stoppage time left. Oh, going through here. It's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Daka's going to chase it down, but Stoke, though, coming forward. Can they get a last consolation, but good defending by Ricardo. Oh, he kept it in. No, but it had gone out. I say kept it in. He pressed it straight to a Stoke player. But there is the half-time whistle. It's half-time. It is Stoke City 0, Leicester City 2, Daka and McAteer with the goals. Commanding performance? I'm not sure. We'll talk about that when we come back. But at the moment, it is half-time, and it is 2-0 to Leicester. We'll be back straight in a few minutes.
Chris does it 3 hours a day,
Wanna do it again?
5 days a week.
Oh, yes.
Just for you
I love it.
on the Golden Breakfast Show.
This is Surrey Hills Radio.
Luke. Well, Daka scored. That's all I'm going to say. I'll let you take it.
I was waiting for that, and I was like, oh, I've got one coming here. Yeah, that I always said he was good. I always thought he was my first choice striker.
Fair play to you, mate. Fair play. But nothing spectacular in the half. 2-0 up. I thought it was an own goal, the second one, but it's been given to McAteer. I think it was going on target. But overall thoughts on that first half?
We definitely looked stronger in the second half of that first half, and definitely grew into the game a bit more, looked in control. I thought Fatawa looked really lively. He kind of did what you were worried a little bit about as well, that you mentioned pre-match, but I still think he's looking lively. He's looking really keen to get on the scoreboard.
It is, and, don't really not offering much, were they?
No, they a little bit to start with, and then Sean and Shirley started to park the bus a little bit, sit behind the ball.
Yeah. No, to be honest with you, I'm full of a cold. My nose is running like Mo Farah, so I'm stopping on the warm tea. That will do nicely, says Jeff. Look, let's just have a look at some of the half times that are around the place. We know, obviously, Leeds won yesterday. Hull are winning 1-0. Everything else is 0-0. Southampton are 2-0 up. And Ipswich are 3-0 down. Wow. Well done, Preston. I've always liked Preston.
I don't think it's going to be a good week for me in the score predictions. I thought I was starting to catch up to Brad for a minute.
But I don't think Brad's gone for a Preston win over Ipswich, has he?
I don't think so. I'll have to check later.
I think no, very few. I don't think there's anybody will have gone for a Preston win. So at the moment, it's looking good. I mean, the table as it stands: 72 points for Leicester, 61 for Southampton, 60 for Leeds. So we're actually 11 points now, clear of second. Hang on, I need my calculator. I'm useless at maths. We are actually 27 points above seventh. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
I know, it's beautiful. Why would Enzo walk?
Exactly. I mean, so we're 27 points above seventh. There's 3 teams. The bottom 3 haven't even got 27 points.
Smug face.
But look, talk me through that first goal. I mean, KDH was pushed. He didn't go down for the free kick because he thought I could still get the ball. Got the ball, crossed it, didn't he? And take me through it from there.
It was Daka was just absolutely brilliant. It was pretty sure it was Keenan Dewsbury to Fatawu.
Yeah,
who just whipped in. Beautiful.
And I thought Fatawu might, because he has had a couple of times where I'm thinking, like, why did you take that? I said at the start, is he going to sort of try and get a goal to get on back onto our good side? But look, fair play with that one. He headed it over, and Daka, Daka, I've got to put it back up there. I'm going to star that one, Gray. I'm going to star that one. I might have to do a screenshot. Excuse me. But hi, Rene, how you doing? That defeat has taken the wind out of our sails. We're managing 2 goals a game. Have we actually got to the game where we actually haven't scored this season? I think the Middlesbrough one we didn't, did we?
I think that was it. Yeah, and I think that was our poorest game as well, to be fair.
And, look, our second goal, I mean, it was going in, wasn't it?
It almost looked like it came off the Ipswich player, and then it came off the goalkeeper. It looked like an assist and a goal both for.
No wonder Ipswich are losing if some of the players have gone up to Stoke to play. Losing to Preston. I know what you mean. Sorry, I'm being facetious.
So,
I do know what you mean. But yeah, it's like it was. I think it was going in anyway. It took a lucky deflection, and then McAteer rush of blood to his head.
he's got to come off. I think Eunice has got to come on. He's lucky hitting.
I think you're right. I mean, he was fouled by the Stoke player, possibly, but he carried on first time, and then he went down, and the Stoke player went over to him and was stood over to him, giving it that, and he got up, and thank God he used his hands and not his head. I mean, he would have been off. I thought red card. I have seen
especially
I think, haven't we?
We have it, and it looked worse on replay as well. But the game had that scrappy feel to it. It was getting proper physical. Had that feel to it, like it was going to kick off a little bit. And I'm still expecting that in the second half as well.
It's been niggly, hasn't it?
It has. So I would like to see Eunice probably come off. That he's lucky to get away with that as it is. If he's that heated, let's get Eunice on.
I mean, Lewis has got a yellow card for. You meant to say Ipswich then for Stoke. McAteer and Mavididi for. We lost 1-0 to Hull. Cheers, Wolves. Mavididi and McAteer got yellow cards. Looking at the subs bench, Pratt. I think we're looking, aren't we, at Pratt or Atgun as the. Knowing Enzo, I have a feeling it could be Chowdhury, and he goes on to try and defend a 2-0 lead. We really should go for the jugular, though, shouldn't we?
I should hope so. I think we will, mate.
And would you bring on Eunice over Pratt? I mean, to be honest with you, both of them are doing well at the moment.
For me, they're both doing, like, Pratt's doing a job, and I feel like Eunice is a lot more lively. I think Pratt, sometimes a lot of his balls were negative, whereas Eunice looks more lively and wanting to get ball forward. His ball carries are brilliant.
I'd like to see Eunice, because at the end of the day, we've only got Eunice on loan, and do we buy him or do we not buy him at the end of the season? And Pratt's going at the end of the season, and as much as I like Pratt, I'm always worried if he comes on, he'll just get injured. But Eunice is he's a nifty little player when he's got the ball at his feet, hasn't he?
He is, mate. And for me, I don't think you watched the FA Cup game, but if you watch the way that they when they both scored, right, you watch how Pratt celebrates, and then you watch Eunice, you can see that it means everything to Eunice. He wants to be here. He wants to play for the club. He wants to play for the badge. Pratt, that's an asterisk.
Yes. No. There's a very, very good point there. Leave Daka on. I think you give him another 15, don't you?
Yeah, I think even if he scored or not, we'd probably see the likes of Vardy or Canada come on around the 70-minute mark anyway, maybe the 80. But yeah.
Oh no, I don't think he'll last 90. And there's, we haven't got a midweek game, but even so, I would, even if we'd got two, like I say, I'd probably take him off and replace him because, to freshen things up a little bit. I'd give him 15, I think. And Cannon or Vardy, who would you bring on?
To be honest, Cannon.
You see, I must have. Oh, the players are out, so I'm going to let. Oh, are they out? Yeah, the substitutions being made here. Pratt is coming on. I'm not sure who he's coming on for at the moment, but he's just doing this 2 subs for Stoke and 2 subs for and Cannon. Is it Cannon? No,
it's Nelson.
So Pratt and Nelson. So I'm presuming Pratt's coming on for McAteer. And he's a tall guy, Nelson, isn't he?
He's a big lad. 6'3".
Yeah, McAteer is coming off. I think that's the obvious one. And Vestergaard's coming off. Oh, well, I'm going to have to go and cry in my locker now. Right, thanks very much for coming on. Fingers crossed for the second half, and I will see you at full time.
Yeah, mate, no worries.
Cheers, buddy. Take care.
I'll see you, mate.
Bye-bye. Right, let's just have a look then. We're going to kick off now. Don't panic, V. Don't panic. There we go. Just need to do that. Excuse me. So Stoke just coming forward, but Leicester just about get it clear. So interesting subs there at half time. Interesting subs. So Pratt for McAteer, Nelson for Vestergaard. I think Cannon or Vardy will come on for Daka. Oh, across there. Managed to get his hand to it, did the Stoke goalkeeper. Stoke obviously in their red and white striped tops, white shorts. Now kicking from right to left, a free kick to Leicester, just straight in front of Enzo. Oh, there's a booking, an early booking here for Juno. He's only been on 2 minutes. He's getting a booking. So Stoke player, 46 minutes. He's lucky to stay on, actually. He's lucky to stay on. I'm surprised that hi Rennie. I'm surprised that Nelson coming on. Maybe that Enzo feels that Stoke aren't offering that much. And let's be honest with you, the best way to get better is to play more minutes. So interrupted there by the Stoke player. Leicester attack cut out, but then we do the same to them with Winks. Nice turn by Winks. Turns again. Plays it back to Nelson. And it goes back to Hermanson. Forward. Oh, lovely turn by Ricardo. He absolutely cut out and a lovely pass over to the far side. Mavididi. Oh, Daka got it. He played it back, and nobody was offside anyway. It was a lovely ball by Ricardo. Intercepted, came forward, passed it over to Mavididi. Mavididi ran into the box, played it to Daka, who had his back to goal. Daka played it back to try and find one of his players. He was offside anyway. I wonder if Schumacher's regretting leaving Plymouth at the moment. They're Stoke are going for it by the sound of those substitutions. They needed to be honest with you. I mean, that first half, the last 5 minutes they did come strong. But it's just short of 60% possession for Leicester. So, coming forward now in our box of Stoke. Couldn't get it past the first play. Can we keep it in? Yes, we can. Fatawu now. I'm about to sneeze, so if I do, I apologise. He had two players on in there. He couldn't get past two players. So, got it on the near side here, Stoke. Juno, he's on a booking, but he looks a bit of a tricky player, number 22. Juno, the substitute for Stoke. Oh, Stoke, he nearly lost it, then he lost it. And Pratt, good turn by Pratt. He's being held, but he holds on to the ball, gets it back. Fatawu. Back to Nelson. He's a big bugger, Nelson. I tell you what, he looks like Cassidy. We said this a couple of games ago, but he does look like Cassidy. So, wait, oh, Mabadidi now. He's through. Oh, lovely ball through. Was it Winks? Mabadidi there. If he'd have pulled the trigger, that was a goal. Let's have a look. I thought he might go down, but he did go down, but it wasn't a penalty. It was good defending, but he had two Stoke defenders on him. So the corner's quickly taken by Leicester. It goes all the way back onto the halfway line, and Faz. Ricardo now. That was a lovely. I'm not sure that it was Winks who put it through, but it was a lovely ball through for Mabadidi. $74 likes. Can we get up to the 100? Yeah, Cassidy went into the squad for the Liverpool game and they lost 4-1, Stefan. Spurs, is that the grey strip, isn't it? Oh, Faz cut out the through ball there for Stoke. So can we get up to 100 likes? Gisby Hall, very calm, passes it out to Winks. Winks down to Fatawu on this side. He can't control it though. Oh, gets away with it. That was lucky. He got away with it. No surprise to see Mabadidi being substituted. A bit silly of him, but... Oh, free kick. Stoke trying to get away, but a free kick being given. Foul on Winks. They are getting a little bit dirty. 2 bookings each it is at the moment. I don't think we're going to not see any more cards. Oh, I think it was more it was a foul, but I think the injury was caused more by the way he fell than the actual tackle itself. So, see, it's raining there at Bet365. So Pratt's on the ball from the free kick. Plays it out now to Ben Nelson. Ends up by the defenders going back to Hermansson. Again, Leicester giving the ball away, but then so did Stoke. Excuse me. And they can't control it. Excuse me with my cough. It's out for a Leicester throw-in. I'm full. My nose is full. I've got a cough, honestly. I've got a new radio show on Friday nights, 10 till midnight. On Surrey Hill. A ball over. Daka, but the goalkeeper came way out of his box to give it away. Fatawu. It ends up all the way back with the goalkeeper. Yeah, I'm doing a new late night love songs show. 10 o'clock till midnight every Friday. It's the best way to end your weekend on Surrey Hills Radio, www.surreyhillsradio.co.uk. Mabadidi could be in Stoke offside for Stoke. Mabadidi here could be hobbling a little bit. He's rubbing the back of his leg. The commentator's just saying. So we've got Stoke. We're playing Stoke today, obviously. We've then got Watford coming up, and then Sheffield Wednesday. Is that a midweek game, Sheffield Wednesday? Yes, it is. It's a Tuesday. Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. After this, Watford, Sheffield Wednesday, Middlesbrough. But you would hope and no disrespect to the teams, but you would hope that, with Stoke coming forward, but you'd hope that Stoke, Watford and Sheffield Wednesday should be in 9 points for Leicester. It's a throw-in. Nelson coming over, doing his job well, putting the ball out. It's a throw-in, equal with the 6-yard box. Oh, nothing's going for Stoke there. Got in the way of the ball, and it's a handball, and it's a free kick to Leicester. 55 minutes gone. $2,604 LCFC fans there, and from what I can hear, making more noise than the Stoke fans. So Stoke are going to make another substitution here on 56 minutes, but not going to do it now because Hermansen takes a long goal kick. Mavididi got to, Fatawu got to it, but it was down and just falls at the feet of a Stoke player. Oh, Stoke there. They're not. Oh, I daren't say it, but they're not really offering much up front. Yeah, we can't play for safety here. Southampton have gone 2-0 up against Rotherham, and it's still Preston 3, Ipswich 0. Excuse me 1 second. I do apologise. I say full of a cold. So 2 substitutes again. Lyndon Gooch is off for Stoke, and Nathan Lowe is on. Forward players here coming on for Stoke, so they're going for it. Who else has gone off? Therese Campbell is off for Stoke, and he's replaced by Vigil. So, yeah, only got 1 change left. Oh, Dewsbury Hall, lovely ball over the top, got to him, but he just could not control it. But Leicester is still coming forward. It's chipped up into the box, headed clear by Stoke, though. Headed back in by Ricardo. Pratt loses the ball, and Stoke can come away now. They've got players over Stoke. But he calms down. The substitute that's just come on calms it down, and he's just running back towards his own half. That'll do, Leicester. Coventry 1-0 up against Norwich now. Hull still 1-0 up against Millwall. It's all going Leicester's way at the moment. I mean, we could do with Southampton not winning, but, such is life. So today, since yesterday, we've had 3 teams in second. It started off with Ipswich, then it went to Leeds, and now it's Southampton. So all 3, I think this is the first time this season, all 3 relegated teams are in the top 3 positions. We do know Ipswich have a habit of coming back, but can they come back from 3 down? Pratt now. Oh, lost the ball again, did Pratt? So coming up to the half-hour mark. Never safe with Leicester at 2. Some nice touch play here, more by luck than giving it. Dewsbury Hall, Mavidini's free on the left. Go on, my son. Get running. He runs into the box. Oh no. Mavidini went for the shot. It was saved by the goalkeeper. Came back to Daka, and it's gone out. Mavidini, in fairness to him, he didn't have a lot of options to play for there. He ran into the box. He just slowed it down a little bit, but just looking there. Oh, Daka was up. Somebody was up on the other side as well. So, yeah, Mavididi, he went for it there. So Leicester, KDH up. That's going to be a throw-in. I think Leicester has started to get a little bit frustrated, but we can't let it go to, look, you know, we saw what happened. Fatawu got frustrated. McAteer did. He got away with the yellow card, though, for a push earlier. Silly boy, but look, it is what it is. Now, Stoke coming forward on the far side. Oh, lovely overlap there for Stoke. Dewsbury Hall is back, trying to cut the cross out. Oh, well, that was a cross. It was an awful cross if it was, and it goes out on top of the net. Yes, it does, Dino. The table does look good. Dino. If Thatcher's Gold want to sponsor me, just get in contact. Anybody knows anybody at Thatcher's, by the way, tell them to get in touch. Oh, that was a block, was it? Oh, no. I was offside anyway here, Fatawu. They are very, very aggressive, Stoke, although it's a Stoke player that's down at the moment. Cheers, Gray. Not drunk it yet, because I say just so full of a cold. So, winter February. Can anybody tell me where January went, by the way? I have no idea. Oh. Daka closed the goalkeeper down well there. Interesting to see that Bonham is in goal for Stoke. Of course, I had forgotten. Everson went to Stoke. But it hit the net, but from behind. Bad luck, Daka. Yeah, Everson went. I was talking to Rory from the Stoke page on Thursday on the preview. And apparently, since Everson went to Stoke, I think he's let in 9 goals in 3 games. So having said that, Bonham, who they were unsurprised that he'd been dropped, put the ball out there for what should have been just a clearance. He put the ball out. But now, it's Ricardo on this near side. Plays it in field to Faz. Lovely ball there. Faz can run at the defence, as he does. Still fast going. Still, is that a penalty? It's a penalty! Penalty! Great run by Faz. Absolutely great run. Ho, ho, January. That was a great run by Faz. And then it's a penalty. They had to do something. They should literally have done it before. They should have actually. If I ask Barbara Dixon, Gray, of course, January, February, she knows what happened. One rolls into the other. Ho, 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 he's magic, you know. Esteban Cambiasso. Daka to take the penalty. Well. There's a lot of penalty takers we've had this season. Dewsbury Hall's on the pitch. He's taken one. Stoke fans are leaving. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. Right, can Daka put it? This will surely end the game. Stefan. Should listen to me in the mornings on the radio. SurreyHillsRadio.co.uk. Daka waiting for the go-ahead here. Can we do it? Goes back, takes the swing. Yes! Get in! Daka do! Yes, he does the somersault. Goes over to the Leicester fans. Winks comes over, puts his arm round him. That penalty, the goalkeeper went the wrong way. The penalty was high into the top of the net. Perfect penalty in a lot of ways. 3-0 Leicester. Who are you, Stoke? Who are you? He's a bad player, this Daka, isn't he, guys? Leicester fans going into raptures. Have a look at this again. Oh, yes. Goalkeeper went to his right. Daka went to his left. Almost top corner. Well done, Daka. And it's 3-0 to Leicester. And I think we need to have a bit of a goal celebration, don't we? Can't find it at the moment. Where the bloody hell? There we go. 66 minutes, Patson Daka. He's worked really hard. He has run and he has closed people down. So Stoke are coming away. Oh no, Leicester coming away. Dewsbury Hall. Can he make it 4? Daka. Oh, and selfish Daka. Plays it over to Nelson. Didn't quite have the strength to get to him. He shot. He might have got his hat trick. Thank you, Fee. Let's have a look. Dewsbury Hall runs. Daka holds it. Yeah, he had 5 players around him. He had 5 players. Double Daka. Like it. Mick. I'll call you Mick. That's easier. Oh, Gray. We're not fickle, us fans. Couple of changes getting warmed up and ready for Leicester. But it's with Fatawu now. Oh, Fatawu into the box. Oh, just can't quite get it across. There's a lovely run and play through, but at the moment Stoke can't get the ball away. Banana, welcome. It's Banana, isn't it? Dewsbury Hall to Mavididi. Runs into the box in the corner. Daka's in the box. Don't know what happened there. He totally mishit it. Gray. Wherever you sat, Gray, I'd move in case you get struck by lightning. Oh. Excuse me 1 second, gentlemen and ladies. So 2 changes there for Leicester. Sorry, I did mute myself. Got it ready, Ben. Yep, Daka do, indeedy. Who's called him selfish, Fee? Oh, unselfish, yeah. No, that's a good point. He could have gone for his hat trick then. I don't think he had 5 players around him, and you know. They're going to make the 5th substitution here. Number 17 for Stoke. Thought it was Cramp, but he's hobbling off. Did I say that? Did I say it was selfish? I think I thought I said unselfish. I thought I said unselfish. Because he could have gone for it. He didn't. He tried to get it to Ben Nelson. And he didn't get it. And he was being closed down by 5. I don't think I said selfish. If I did, I meant unselfish. Thank you, Ben. Take care, buddy. And do you know what I said? I think I said. I thought I said unselfish. That was what I meant. So, Stoke now coming back. The Stoke have just played. 71 minutes gone here. Stoke just playing for. I thought I did. City in total command at the moment. Yeah. You said unselfish. I thought I said unselfish. Yeah. Unselfish. And then Ant agrees. That's what I thought I said. I thought I said he was being unselfish. Anyway, moving on. It's 3-0 to Leicester away from home. Our goal difference is plus 39. Nobody's anywhere near us. Ipswich goal difference is plus 26. No, their goal difference is plus 13, Ipswich. The nearest one is plus 26, which is Leeds. Oh, Faz has lost it. Oh, good crossing there, defending by Ricardo. Good covering. Good covering. Don't worry, Fee. Don't worry, mate. It's all right. Oh, Justin now. He's clear. He plays it across. It's 4! Jamie Vardy! 4-0. Yes, yes. Justin down the around the right-hand side. He had the space of the Bet365 stadium. He had the freedom. He pulled it across. The defenders just lost the ball go in front of them. Vardy was stood there. What a goal. 4-0. 4-0. What? Wow. 4-0. Bye-bye, Stoke fans. Bye-bye. 4-0. Luke, you've got the 4-0. You've got a 4-0, Luke, if you're watching. Oh, dear. Straight back up, indeed. Who needs Senzi? I've got my hearing aid in. Come on, Foxes. Goat. Yep. Like I say, don't worry about it, Fee. I do get some words mixed up. I'm not John Motson. You know what I mean? Jamie Vardy. Yes, lads, loving this indeed. Can we get 5? Chris says, let's go for 5. Luke would be pissed off because he's predicted 4-0 and he might just get it right for the first time. We want more. Vardy party. I predicted 2-1. I went 3-1. I went 3-0 and I changed it to 3-1. With his 8-0, I know. Gray's singing away there. We never actually heard him sing. I think he should record a song and send it to us. Thank you again, as always, Fee. I really appreciate it. Thank you. You are a lady. Gray went 4-0. There we go. I would have scored that, to be honest with you, and I'm bloody awful. Only on for 3 minutes. What a play. It was on a plate for him. But look, as I always say, and I've said it for Daka, so I'm going to say it for Vardy, you've got to be in the right place at the right time. And yes, it was a tap in. I don't have a, I don't care if it goes in off his arse or he farts the ball in. He was in the right place at the right time. Fair play to him. A striker is meant to, at least, and this is what I'm saying with Daka, it makes me his shooting maybe wild at times. But, he's in the right places. And so was Vardy, and fair play to Vardy. Oh, how did they not get that ball in then? Oh, that was nearly the goal back for Stoke, or 1 goal back for Stoke. Oh, my God, how did that not go in? Oh, great defending, Matt, but it was last-minute defending. The leg end, he is a leg end. I'm going to tell you who is a legend. I met him actually this morning when I nipped down to the shop. It's the guy that invented windowsills. He's a real ledge. Oh, Dean, do you know Luke? He's in Perth. Do you know each other? Leicester City down under. Thank you, Gray. I like you. You always laugh at me jokes. I know. Thank you, Steve. I'm just still celebrating. No, I have. Actually, I have updated it. There we go. It just, when I clicked it, I think it was still showing 3. I did. Because you have to take it down to update it. When you put it up, it should come up with the correct score. But there we go. It's 4-0. Yeah, Leicester City down under, Dean. Yeah, indeed, Jeff. He will. Jamie Vardy, would he make a good assistant manager? Well, he hasn't done his badges yet, but in time, I mean, he does have his own coaching academy, doesn't he? Leicester now, Justin, on this near side. 77 minutes. There's still time for more. Oh, Winks wasn't the best ball in, but Leicester get it. Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Play is stopped because of a head injury to a Stoke player. Leicester just kicked the ball out. Vardy having a chat with Maresca. 4-0. Yeah, I think so, Gray. But then again, who's the bigger club, Plymouth or Stoke? Stoke are that sleeping giant, really. They had 10 years in the Prem before they got relegated. So, they're not saying they're a big club, but they're our size. And I think, bigger than Plymouth, in fairness. Weather's not good there. Ball comes across. Oh, Justin can't quite control it. And this is what I'm always... Yeah, true, Ronald. True. I always say when the club comes, you've got to think. Like, do you remember when we had Rodgers was doing well? He was being linked with Spurs and Man United. A double save there, I think it was, from Hermanson. And of course, at the end, when he was doing badly, so if you don't take these, nobody was coming in for him. If you don't take these jobs when they're offered, you don't know what's around the corner. Jezreel! Oh, it's a save there from the goalkeeper. It couldn't quite, was it Vardy? No, Dewsbury Hall couldn't quite lift the ball over the goalkeeper. But Leicester looking for the 5th. 11 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go now. So there is time for a 5th. To be honest, I'd love to get the 5th just to just to piss Luke off. Coral, sorry, you know we will probably. You know we will. Anyway, it's 4-0. Ipswich have got a goal back. It's 3-1. Dewsbury can't get on the end of that. It's too high for him. Straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. We want 9. We want 9. We want 9. So, well, I've got to be honest with you. One thing that has annoyed me about Ipswich is they're so, how often have we looked at it and gone, yeah, they're losing, or, and they end up with a draw. Stoke coming through now. Good defending by Nelson. Comes across, just gets his foot in there and puts it out. I think he's got the pace that Vestergaard hasn't. So maybe when we get promoted, Nelson is the one for that position. You're right, Ronald. You're not wrong. Excuse me. So Leicester now. It's going to be a training match for Leicester, surely. Winks on the ball. Oh, lovely 1-2 with Kieran Dewsbury Hall to Pratt. Oh, a ball over the top there. Will it get it through? Winks has got it. Yeah, he's kept it in. Plays it back. Doyle! Oh, Doyle had a shot there. Hello there, Luke. Just saying, mate, we want 9. I want 5, then your score's wrong. And Leicester are going to bring Chowdhury on for Ricardo in the 83rd minute. Luke, Dino, is it Dean, who's from Perth, Australia? No, that's Brad. Sorry, I'm getting confused. No, sorry, I'm getting. I just saw Leicester. No, Brad, I want 8. Did you stick with 8? Did you really stick with 8? Yes, indeed. Oh, lovely play. Oh, yes. Dewsbury Hall from Mavadini. Plays it across. Oh! Pratt. Oh, we're so close. Oh, wow. Nice to see you. Brad will be joining us post-match. He's feeling a little bit better. He's not been well. Was that a good save? That was a good save from Pratt. The corner. Oh, all the way through. So it's a goal kick to Stoke. It literally went all the way through. Nobody got hold of it. Yeah, no Eunice today, but Pratt's come on, done a good job. Hard to choose between the pair of them, to be honest with you. Jeff. No, he's Australian. No. Actually, I've got to be careful. I'm staying with him when I go over to Australia. Oh, Nelson. Nearly played a short ball. Well, he did play a short ball to Hermansen, but Hermansen could come and get it. Hope you're feeling better, though, Brad. Migraines. I've only literally probably had 2 migraines in my whole life. But they are absolutely awful. That's the way you go into a room, make it as cold as you can for me, and shut all the curtains and make it dark. We may well do. He did, actually. You're quite right, Brad. Yes, he did. I remember seeing that when I was filling mine in on the prediction league. He's got too many points. I think we should have an FFP investigation into Doug. 86 minutes, coming up to the 87th minute. 4-0 to Leicester. Oh, now Stoke cut that out then. Oh, nice turn from Stoke. Still got the ball. Can they get a late goal? No, it's headed clear by Nelson. Good header. But didn't quite get a decent play on it for Dewsbury Hall. Well, he couldn't quite get hold of the ball, to be honest with you. Oops. Is that a free kick? Yes, it is. Nelson just saying he's had a very, very, very good game. Like I say, he's got some speed when he wants to, and I think, like I say, I don't think Vestergaard's got that speed for the Premier League. So it's a free kick in. It's headed clear. It'll just come out to a Stoke player again. Well, that was a cross in. Went out for throw in. Faye's a real strong header there. 88 minutes gone. We've got Watford coming up. We've got Sheffield Wednesday coming up. I think we need. I think we're talking 9 points here. Oh, it's a Stoke goal. It's a Stoke corner. So true, Brad. So true. So it's a corner to Stoke on the far side. It's not going to be a short one. They're going to whip it in. Oh, it's headed clear, but it only comes out as far as the Stoke player. Leicester players come out. Played into the middle. Referee's had a good game. Got to give him that. Chipped it up. Oh, straight up. But a lot of Stoke players in the box, but Hermansen comes for it. A few feet, just jumps up and calmly takes it. We're into the last minute now. Leicester now. Dewsbury Hall out to Vardy on the far side. Oh, Dewsbury Hall runs over, points where he wants the ball. Vardy plays it, gets it back from Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Then he can't play. Oh, that could be a free kick, surely. Yes, it is. Vardy taken out. Vardy got a smile on his face. Tried to play Doyle in. Couldn't quite do it, and the Stoke player took him out. So the 90 minutes are up. We're waiting to see how many minutes to be added on. Six minutes of injury time. It is, Gray. It is. Fatawu with the goal kick. Oh, with the free kick. Oh, it was over. High and over everybody. Chowdhury will keep it in, but then he loses the ball. Berger breaks it forward. Faz to Pratt. Doyle. Oh. Has that gone to Stoke throw in? Yeah. Slip there, really, Justin. Great. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Appreciate that, mate. You are a gentleman. Yeah, they have done a good job. They have. Appreciate that, Gray. Sorry, Mike. I've had to time you out. You've come in and given a score. I know it's a different game, but look at the rules going across the bottom. We've got a Texan in. We've got an Australian massive in, ready for when Luke comes back. So it's a free kick here. 92 minutes in. Yeah, they've all left early. Well, there's a lot of empty seats at the start. Oh, now Leicester breaking away. Winks has got it. Is Vardy stayed onside? Can Vardy plan to that? Oh! Vardy, you're crap. You're rubbish. How did you not score that? Hey, Gray? He's rubbish, isn't he? Okay, Mike. I'm going to do it for everybody, to be fair. Vardy could have made it 5 there. There's a player down for Stoke at the moment. Should have put that away. Daka would have scored that, Gray. I jest, you know. Hi, Neo. There's going to be a couple of minutes added on to the 6 that has already been added on. Great. I love you, brother. I love you. Is it going to end 4-0 to Leicester? That is the question. Surely we can't concede another. Ben Nelson's going in the book. Oh no, it's James Justin. You'd already picked one up. Sorry, Ben Nelson. Yeah, they're just saying Patson Daka, he does close down. He's got the speed to close down, and he was closing down. Twice he nearly caught the goalkeeper out by closing it down. Of course, after full time, we'll be looking for your man of the match. That was nice, Fee. So Fataru puts it out for it's all Stoke coming. I mean, to be honest with you, if they do score now, it's only going to be a consolation. Obviously, that sounds a bit like Michael Owen there, doesn't it? Excuse me. Dewsbury Hall is through. Can he make it 5? Penalty. It's another penalty. Dewsbury Hall played over. I'm not sure. It would look like he was onside. Ran forward with it. I thought he'd taken it too far. Rose brought him down. He gets the penalty, and he gets a yellow card for Rose from Stoke, the number 5. Oh, definite penalty. Definite penalty. I have a feeling we might be seeing Vardy taking the penalty. Are we going to see 5? Jamie Vardy, is he going to get 2 like Daka? Daka 2? Jamie Vardy. Yes! Jamie Vardy, 5-0, biggest win of the season. Thank you very much. Good night, Vienna. It's all over. There we go. 5-0. Goalkeeper went the right way. It was strong. Not one of his best ones. But who cares? Who cares? Who needs Senzi? Somebody tell me, please. Five. Can we get 6? I meant Luke. Luke is cheering. Sorry, Luke is crying into his Vegemite now as we speak. There it is. Full time. 5-0. Thank you very much. Stoke fans are not happy. We're going to be back. We will be back straight after me having a piss and watering the flowers.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Chris does it 3 hours a day.
Want to do it again?
5 days a week.
Oh, yes.
Just for you.
I love it.
On the Golden Breakfast Show.
This is Surrey Hills Radio.
Yes! 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 Oh! 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 Oh, God. Oh. I'll have what she's having.
Indeed, we will. Right, let me just... well, you can see we've got Watford up next. Watford must be shaking in their boots. Let's have a look at the scores then. Blackburn 1, QPR 2. Huddersfield 4, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Hull City 1, Millwall 0. Norwich City 2, Coventry City 1. Preston North End 3, Ipswich Town 2. Rotherham 0, Southampton 2. Stoke City 0, Leicester City 5. Swansea 0, excuse me. Excuse me. Swansea City 0, Plymouth Argyle 1. Up against us. Watford 0, Cardiff City 1. And it's just been blown. West Brom 1, Birmingham 0 in the derby. So as the table, as you look at it now, Leicester, we are 11 points clear. Although we have played a game more than Ipswich and we played a game more than Southampton. I will just try and get the table up here. Let me just see. Let me do that. There we go. But yeah, it's 5-0, guys. 5-0. Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable. And I'm just going to see if I can get the table up. Should be some way I can do it. Please talk amongst yourselves. Thank you very much. We do appreciate your time. Here we go. 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 So it's looking good. We have, like I say, we have got that that game that we have played more than the others, but it's still looking good. I'm going to bring it up now. Right, let's just catch up with your comments here. Can't wait to see the highlights later. It'll all be one-sided, Stefan. On a negative note, we need to put way more of our chances. Scott, don't be negative, mate. I can be negative. I know you are joking. The Stoke fan on this week's review show said Stoke batter. What's that? The Stoke fan on this week's review show said Stoke batter could Leicester or Leicester batter Stoke. Well, it's Leicester City battering Stoke. It is indeed. Empathic today? Yes, it was. 53 points clear of Rotherham. I don't think we're going to get relegated, are we? I think we're safe from the drop. Some massive results today. Yes, there was. Have a blessed weekend. You as well, George. Thank you, Fee. Sorry, I was, because of everything that goes on at the end of the game, I didn't see it, but thank you so very much. Get some rest. I will. Excuse me. Flawless victory. Yeah, I mean, everybody's good. Look, when you're playing in a team like this, you can't pick everybody's favorite. If we picked everybody's favorite, we'd have 17 players on the pitch. A lovely day and an excellent win for the Foxes. A Texan, yes, it is indeed. Hope you are safe over there in the good old US of A. Someone was going to get smashed. Yeah, me tonight. I love it. Daka Vardy, where does Cannon stand in this team? I think we've just answered that. He's in the team and he scores goals and he will be back. Just, how do you change a winning team? Please smash the like button. Thank you very much. What a great performance of the team. And Chris, thank you very much, Stefan. I wonder how smug Luke was feeling until we've actually got the last kick. He must have been feeling good at 4-0. It's not come in yet, so I think he's hiding. Don't come to the cleaners. It was an 8. No, it wasn't indeed. That 5 goals puts the top hat on the performance. Great show. And Fee, there we go. Thank you very much, Fee. Really, really appreciate all your support. Thank you very much. Brilliant result, says Dino. We have been calling for this performance for some time, says Jeff. Right, we got a clean sheet as well. Right, let's hope he's feeling better. I think if he can get his camera working, I shall bring Brad in. Yes, there he is. Right, let me just find the right layout here, which I can't at the moment. We'll do that one. We'll do that one for now. How are you feeling, Brad? Are you feeling better?
I'm feeling better, and Leicester's second half performance is the best medicine you can ask for. Although, if I want to be facetious, Enzo out. Trash. Against Stoke deserved 8. Where's 3 more? I asked for 8. That's not good enough. Enzo out. Shit football. In and out. Excuse my French. I said there'd be a beating, Chris. I know I went a bit eccentric with my score predictions in the league, but I did say let's give these a beating after the reaction to Swansea.
I've just had a note off Luke. He says, do you mind if I match, if I miss the post-match, I'm absolutely shattered. So I'm just replying, your 4 did piss you off when it became 5.
Yeah, he's just down a bottle of vodka and someone's dared him to drive. If you know the Eminem song, then it's a 5th vodka, but still.
And it is his birthday tomorrow.
Oh well, happy birthday to him for that. What a result to be celebrating.
I thought at 4-0 he was finally going to get one right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bless him. We all thought that, but there you go.
Yeah, the stats should shut the fans up. The moaning after the Senzi do. Who needs Senzi, Brad? Who needs him?
You don't really. That team is a well-oiled machine, and I don't care how poor Stoke were. And they were poor. I know I only saw 45 minutes of it, but I only needed to see how absolutely poor they are. And it's karma, Chris. Steal someone else's manager, that's what happens to you. Schumacher drove them straight into the pit. There you go, headlines. Schumacher drive. I'll go. I'll see you later, Chris. See you later.
Yeah. It's like, even by my standards, that's bad.
I know, right? That says a lot when you're erring and erring at
Look, 5. I mean, the first half, I'll just briefly run through it because towards the end of the first half at 2-0 down, Stoke did come back at us. Daka scored after 26 minutes. KDH was pushed to the ground. He didn't go well. He's pushed over. We didn't go fully down. Carried on running. Got to the byline. Chipped it over. Fatu headed it back across, and Daka was just there, which is what you need to do.
It's almost like, Chris, I hear this crazy thought out here. It's almost like if you look at where Daka scores his goals, he's like Tony Cottee. Because he scores he's a 6-yard goal poacher. It's almost like that's been his role this whole time, and someone's finally figured it out how to get the best out of him. Yeah. The man's on fire.
Yes, indeed. And then 2-0 with McAteer. It took a deflection, but I think it was going towards the goal, so it did count as his goal to make it 2-0. It was quite a long way out. And I don't think he was aiming for the goal. Oh, well, he was aiming, but I think it was like a pass, if you like, into the box. But it hit this player, and it wasn't deflected into the goal. 2-0. McAteer got pushed on. Well, he pushed a player. He was tackled by the Stoke player. He went down. The Stoke player sort of stood over him. He got up and he pushed him. Now, I have seen refs, and in the Premier League, you may well have seen a red. But it was only a yellow. And he was lucky, but that was why he was taken off at half time.
Right, because that had me worried when I saw he'd scored but wasn't on the pitch. I thought, did he go down injured? Did he get injured in the build-up? Because
I think it was just a case of just like, yeah, you could see he was getting wound up. Stoke were the best of the team, as in they were very niggly. You know, they were biting at us all the time, and little tackles here and there. And I think McAteer could well have easily got a second yellow if he hadn't been careful. And so, and at half time, and then Mavadini got one as well. Half time, 2-0, looking good, but they had come back at us in that last 5-10 minutes of the first half after we got the second. Fair play to them for doing that. But I've got to be honest with you, up until our second goal went in, I didn't even think. I thought Hermanson had nipped off for a piss.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like that I haven't missed out on much apart from the obvious 2 goals in the second, because it feels like it was exactly the same. It feels
I was begging one of our players to pass it back to him so that he could get involved.
Oh, how the tables have turned if on those that didn't want it. Some people probably in the crowd like you, Chris, going, actually, can we pass it back just to give Hermanson a touch? He's going to get frostbite out there. I mean, that was impressive, and I've just seen a comment there about Fatawu. I saw him break away. I think it was to get the ball. I don't know if it was a penalty, but he kept hold of. He got his foot. Fatawu just he lights it up, doesn't he? When he comes on, He's a difference maker. He really is.
Yes. Pratt was in at half time when you joined us, so we'll start the conversation there. Pratt for McAteer. Surprised Eunice didn't come on, but Pratt did nothing wrong. When you look at the last couple of games, it's, well, let me toss the coin at the side of the pitch and see who I'm going to bring on. It's one of those, Yes, Paul, he did get it right today, and we've got to give credit where credit's due. We moaned him about the subs in the past. He got it spot on today with the subs, I think.
Yeah, he did. It's wise given the recklessness of how McAteer got booked to take him off. I feel like Eunice comes on if we're 1-0 up, 2-1 up, to try and give us that extra body to go forward with. Whereas whilst Pratt can get forward, and he had a chance, Chris, he could have got on the score sheet himself. I wish he had. I wish a few more had gone in the back of net, but I'm not going too greedy. Just the 3 would have been nice. I'm not asking too much.
Just the 3, Mrs. Wembley.
But he's very reserved, isn't he? He kind of plays that number 8 role the way we had Yori playing it, and I hate saying both that and reminding me of it. But last year, when he was very defensive minded and not up with the attack, so he just kind of saw things through. It was great to see. He got it spot on, Chris. From minute 1, it sounds like, to the last minute, he got everything.
Excuse me.
And I knew eventually one of Wout Faze's mazy runs was going to lead to something for us.
It was Pele-like,
It was.
Anyway, let's say hello to the Terminator. Oh no, sorry. How are you doing? Can you hear me?
Oh no.
No.
We can hear Kate. She doesn't look very happy. Did she have a bet on Stoke?
It's cold and it's pissing down.
Okay, fair enough. I'll let her on.
Let's be fair to the poor girl. I mean, and then Nelson came on for Vestergaard, and we'll just quickly ask you this because he's going to come straight back in. Vestergaard, I mean, Nelson's a tall guy, did nothing wrong in that second half, and he's got some speed on him when he's up against a striker. Is Nelson going to do for us in the Premier League what Vestergaard can't because of his speed?
I mean, it's early days in his Leicester career, but he's getting, I was one of them that thought, oh, well, maybe this is a false door. Maybe he's chucking him in now because we've got a couple of cup games. But he's playing first-team football now, Chris, and he's coming on and making an impact in the game. He was brilliant in that defence. A defence that has been a bit lackadaisical and switching off. He did really well. And I'm going to leave you over to Kate.
Go over to Kate. Can you hear me, Kate? Hello? Let's all wave at Kate. Let's all wave at Kate. Da, 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 da. Can you hear us?
No, she's having signal trouble.
No, I mean, after post-match, everybody's on the phone, aren't they? You know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, so I just think that, you know, I mean, all right, you know, we've got to get there first of all, but we know that Vestergaard hasn't got that speed. Yes, he's got everything else about him. He's even got the goals this season. He's got a wonderful pass on him. But if anybody runs at him and gets past him, then he might as well just give up. He's not going to get back. But Nelson, a couple of times, one in particular, really got back and was able to catch somebody up.
Yeah, and again, seeing him get bit parts was okay, but the fact that over the last 3 or 4 weeks now, Chris, we've seen him start games, he's come on in this one, and again, yes, Leicester are almost serving up the perfect reason to give these players a chance. 2-0 up, looking very comfortable, get him on, be ever the aggressor, and look, if he continues this start form into the end of the season, there's no reason come this time next year he's not a regular in the Premier League side.
No.
I agree.
No, 73 people in. We've got 97 likes, guys. Come on, 3 more likes to get us to the 100. Come on. You go and like us, Brad. You go and like us. Let's try third time lucky. Kate, can you hear us?
I can hear you now.
Hey, can you hear me, mother?
I can hear you, mate. I can hear you. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Don't worry. 5-0. Yeah, I mean, it pretty much was a 5-0, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we totally dominated. Didn't really get put under pressure, to be honest.
No.
I thought most people had good games. It was a bit sloppy. It was a bit sort of, what's the word, scrappy first 15 minutes or so. But yeah, I mean, second half, we used 5 subs. Oh my goodness.
I'm just going to give credit where credit's due. We're quick enough to not, to moan about Enzo and his subs. He got it spot on today, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. I presume McAteer got taken off because he was on that booking.
Yeah.
So,
of course we know.
yeah, and then obviously,
yeah, getting another yellow because we're just saying then they were very much scrapping for it, weren't they? Stoke. They were, late tackles going in and leaving the foot in, you know.
Yeah, so it's based on. Sorry, carry on.
Sorry.
You go.
We'll get there eventually. I was just saying to Brad before you came back in. Vestergaard went off at half time.
Yeah.
Elton came on. I don't think there was any worry because I don't think we've been playing next season. Stoke. I couldn't see them scoring. And why not bring Nelson on? Do you think Nelson is our answer in that position for the Premier League? Because we know Vestergaard's got everything but speed, but Nelson seems to have the height, the tackling, and he's got the speed as well.
I've lost a bit of signal again, but yeah, if you can still hear me, yeah, I do like Nelson. Sorry.
Do you think he's the answer for the Premier League? Oops, she's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, I think she's gone.
We could play a game of if this is the question, what is the answer for Kate? Yeah, fill in the blanks, everybody. What was she going to say?
Yes, question of jeopardy, and she's gone. She's gone again. I think we're going to struggle with her, so I don't know whether we'll get her back or not. I think he could be the answer. I really do. 2,600 fans there today. I won 4. We mustn't forget the 4. And to be honest with you, I don't know about you, but on what I was hearing, I couldn't really hear much of the Stoke fans.
No, and not to keep kind of getting a bit smug about it all, but to the Boober Gate.
What are you thinking? I know where your mind's going.
Well, easy for me to say. Apparently, I went to say.
In a second, let me just interrupt. I don't want to interrupt when you're talking about boobs, but I'm going to have to.
Sorry, I got most of that question. So yeah, I think Nelson looks like he could be a quality player, and God, you've got to build for the future, right? He's definitely a young spark. As we said before, he's a freebie in terms of an academy player. Vestergaard is likely not to be here next season as well, which might play into Enzo's mind a bit. But yeah, I mean, he just fits in, doesn't he? You don't worry. You don't feel he looks a calm, composed player. Yeah, really good.
Who needs Senzi?
Senzi who?
Exactly. And I've got to say, Daka Daka 2.
Daka. I know, he did all right. He was better than in the week. Still have frustrations about him, but I need to go, unfortunately, because I'm already at the car.
Yeah, no, that is fine. Before you quickly go, then, your performance rating and your man of the match.
I think we'll go for 8 today, and then man of the match I think was Fatawu for me today. I thought he was great to have him back, really direct, caused loads of problems. Yeah.
No, quite right. Thank you very much. Have a safe journey home. And
okay, thank you. See you later. Bye.
That does sound like I'm on a date with her, doesn't it? I'll see you Monday night. I'm not, just in case her partner is watching. Honestly, rumours aren't true. Daka Daka 2, like I say, took the penalty. We don't seem to have a one person as the penalty because, I mean, on the pitch, you had Mavididi who took the last penalty. I can just say 102 likes. Thank you very much, guys. We've got Mavididi, we've got KDH who's taking penalties in the past, and Daka. He came up and said, "No, I'm having this one." And I've got to be honest with you, I was a little bit worried. He didn't fill me with confidence when I saw him stood there. But my God, nobody's stopping that one, were they?
No, they weren't. In fact, even though the keeper went the right way for Vargas, they weren't stopping either of them. And you know what? It's just really nice, Chris. It was really nice to see he get a double. I was speaking to my mate before half time, and I said to her, I went a bit doolally in the predictions league, and I went 8-0. But I said, realistically, I'll take 2-0 and a Daka double. Well, I was half right. And you know what? It's so good because outside of the debacle with the Swansea and the boo, B-O-O, not B-O-O-B. The boo
You're struggling with that, aren't
you? I'm speaking in some foreign language that I'm making up as it is.
You just don't, whatever you do, Brad, just don't make a tit of yourself.
I will try. I do feel a bit like a nipple, but I will try. The Boo Boys. It might have been easy if I just said that and tried to say the word brigade, because apparently I can't speak and say it. They were moaning about the performance. We put that to bed with this performance today. And those that giving it all that, Daka's this, Daka has one good performance out of 10. Well, I hope you thoroughly enjoyed his one performance out of 10. That's a little nod to you, Gray. I think it was, or maybe it was Highfields. I don't know. That was good.
It was also Luke as well.
Well, Well, Luke's famous for his rant on Daka, Chris. Thanks to your production. So, that comes without saying. So I was really happy for him. I mean, I'm happy to see all our strikers. All right, Ian Atwell's away on duty, but scoring goals and
I don't care
what they deserved.
I don't care who scores, to be honest with you. I'm just going to say, if I go very quickly, I'll ask you to carry on because my Amazon delivery typically is due any time now. So. If I have to go, then I'm sure I can rely on you to talk.
You can rely on me to talk, mate. You can always do that.
I know. I think though, Ant, I think that what's happening is at the start of the season, you had Vardy and Inacho 60 minutes, 40 minutes. That's 100 minutes, isn't it? Sorry, but 60-30. And the next game would be 30-60, then 60-30. And I think we're just seeing that. But up until today, that was with Cannon. But what a run by Faz to win the penalty.
Yeah, and like I said just a few moments ago, mate, he's been doing that all season, and we've had moments on this stream, haven't we? We've got what about Roberto, Zinedine Zidane, Carlos, FaZe breaking through? If he had his, I ironically joked, if he had his striking boots on, he'd be very dangerous in both boxes, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
And eventually, Chris, the chaos it causes. And I've heard Taggart say it on Leicester. I've heard Elliott say it in things. The strangest, the one thing that really worked for Elliott, Walsh, and Taggart under O'Neill was the defenders' faces, seeing them come forward. I know, you remember, but I definitely remember, and I'm sure some of you in the chat remember them days where he used to put Elliott and Walsh up front because we had a striking crisis with injuries, but the last thing a defender wants to see is someone running at them. And when it's another centre back, you're like, hey, redemption arc, redemption arc. But no, when you see it yourself, you're like, God, and it just caused chaos in the defender's brain, and it was a clear as day penalty.
It was. He should have been. Nobody was stopping him. Why wait until he's in the box to stop him? Stop him out the box and give him a free kick. I thought he was going to go on and score, but look, Daka stood up, took the penalty, and Daka had a really good game. He was closing down. And yes, okay. Again, there was one he could have put in, but you can't. Again, I'm not gonna criticize him for missing shots. Vardy, and again, we'll come on to Vardy, but he missed one that he probably should have got. So that striker, as long as they're having shots. Do you remember when we had the Great Escape year? Yeah. I used to be so happy when Kramaric came on because at least he'd have a shot. None of the other players wanted to shoot; they just used to pass it across the edge of the box. So, look, I was really impressed with Daka. 68 minutes, Vardy came on, got the captain's armband. Daka went off. Mavididi for Justin. Now, Matt Elliott did say that he thought Mavididi was holding his thigh, not his thigh, his back of his leg.
Yeah, which is immediately going to send a little bit panic stations throughout. But everything that man touched turned to goal today because hopefully, look, fingers touch wood, fingers crossed and all that jazz, that Mavididi was just a caution and Enzo kind of went, look, get off before you do any serious damage.
But he was on quite a while after. He didn't bring him off straight away from that palm.
Yeah, so let's hope that they kind of... There isn't anything there, and he did kind of just go, okay, I've got you warmed up. The game's kind of dead now, so let's bring you on. And like I said, the Midas touch, Chris, because he put him on, and it was almost like, well, what was it? Was it the Birmingham game when I said you put Albrighton on the right and he crosses it in for Vardy to score? It turns out you just put anyone on the right and they cross it in and Vardy will score because it was a pinpoint, but that was the most precise pass on the field, and that's even including a kickoff, Chris. That was the most precise pass you could have asked for Vardy's goal.
Yeah, you could not have asked for more, could you? Really? And then, well, so Daka had made it 3. Then Vardy. I mean, it was the cross from Justin. He couldn't have, like we've just said, he couldn't have placed it better, could he?
No, I mean,
he had the freedom of the bet 365, didn't he?
Yeah. And at one point, he had the freedom of the whole entire stands as well. They were that empty. That's the only reason you should be 3/4 empty at full time.
Yes.
That's the only reason. Sorry, I wasn't having a dig at any fans or anything. I wouldn't do anything like that.
Remember, I used to leave a little bit early.
No, and there is always reasons for it, and I appreciate and respect that. I worked there long enough to see it and understand that, and I kind of knew it as a fan. So that only goes out to a select free kiss. Chris, I'm sure, with your little devil's advocate, little pot stirrer there, trying to get me in trouble, you know exactly what it is. I mean,
oh, I know totally, and I always say I used to leave at something like the 98th minute, and people had started to leave before me. But I'd leave it as late as I could. Once I saw everybody else kind of, because if you don't get up and get out straight away, you're stood at your seat for a good 10, 15 minutes. And then I had a 4-hour journey back down to Poole and I get stuck in traffic. But I never left the stadium, in fairness. I always watched it in the concourse. But yeah, it was great. Vardy had come on and scored. I mean, what a save, though. A double save from Hermansen. How that did not go in for Stoke, I don't know.
No, and the writing felt like it was on the wall when he made that double save, didn't it? Because it's a great chance, and despite how poor, and they were poor, Chris, I will go as far to say, and I know we've still got a lot of games to go, but I will say that's the poorest opposition we've played home and away potentially this season, because they were that. But a goal changes things, and he had to be alert. And we know what we're like. We're a bit shaky, a bit nervy. We tend to concede in the second half. We're always good for a goal. And when he made that double save, you kind of just felt maybe this is it. Maybe the clean sheet. Maybe the pizza's been brought back by popular demand, and that's what they're playing for, because it was needed. because you never know what happens in football if they score that one of them, take that chance, and get the goal back.
No, it was needed, but it's good to see a clean sheet though, isn't it? And it was normally when you play that, they just go in. Look at the goal that we conceded against Swansea. That was a bit of a kicking it around the box a little bit, but I didn't realise. But I think it was a double save from Hermansen.
Yeah, I think it was as well. Either way, just the fact that we've kind of got the monkey off the back and all that about, sloppy defending, switching off. Well, today we didn't switch off. If anything, getting the penalty in the 95th minute, even though it was 4-0, absolutely typifies that Enzo was annoyed and trying to correct that mistake we were making of switching off, and it's paid dividends. And I don't care how bad Stoke were. I said we needed to respond like this. I had it 3 goals higher, but I said we'd respond with a beating, and boy, howdy did we. You know what? I don't get 3 points. A 5th goal stops Luke's getting 3 points. I'm still happy, Chris.
Yeah, he was saying that at half time, that he was hoping that he could catch you up. But yeah, and then of course, penalty at the end. It was KDH this time that went down. Nobody else was going to take it apart from Vardy. I don't think it was one of his better penalties, but look, a penalty, if it goes in, is a good penalty.
Yeah, they all count as long as at the back of the net. You've seen some of the worst penalties taken, trickle in the net, and get away with it. But look, like I said, everything that could go did go right for Leicester today. Yeah. They got the goal. They midway through the first half, they got a quick double, all right, via deflection, and then they just kept shifting through the gears. We said about Swansea, they won with a canter and ease at 3-1 and didn't really get out of first gear. Second at best, they might have hit. But this performance, Chris, it was in a Ferrari or an F1 car, and they were just flying through the gears. They were just gliding down the motorway at 100 odd miles per hour.
I think I've seen worse opposition. Jeff is having to go off.
See you later, Jeff.
I'm here, so we'll go and wake Marina up and give her good news. We know what you're going to wake her up for at 1:30 in the morning, Jeff, and it's not to tell us.
He's got the result written somewhere. Somewhere.
Yeah, it won't just be Vardy that's getting a double. It'll be our Jeff as well. Enjoy yourself, Jeff, mate. Enjoy yourself. As I say, he looked a fairly decent goal penalty to me. It was Matt Elliott that said it probably wasn't his best. But look, at 5, who cares? Who gives a shit, really?
No, I mean, there was a little part of me that, given what I was able to see of the game, I was like, could we be really cocky here? Can Hermansen take a penalty? I knew it was never going to happen, but there was a part of it that was like, can we just maybe someone like FaZe or someone like that, let them have the penalty?
Or do a Panenka.
Yeah.
We will be in a little bit, but no, that's what I was going to say before Jeff was talking about his love life. Was I have seen worse performances, but like you say, home and away, that's going to take some beating from the two. With the 2 games put together.
Yeah, that is literally, unless because even when we've talked about the games as they happened and later on, even other results like the 4-1 at Southampton and was it the 3-0 at Blackburn? They weren't really 3-1 at Blackburn or 4-1 at Blackburn. They were still in the game. They were still coming at us. Stoke were dead the second McAteer made it 2-0. From they were all but out of it. I know they had the spell at the end with a little bit of breath, but it's almost like once they didn't get that goal back before half time, it was just flatline from it.
If you look anybody, if you watch Leicester videos back, you know that we are susceptible to an early goal in the second half, I couldn't see that happening today. That's the thing. I could see it with Swansea. And I've seen it with other teams, but I wasn't worried about Stoke scoring today.
No, and then obviously, of course, you kind of think you're cursing the commentator with Mads making that double save. But yes, that aside, Chris, it really was. It really was so measured, so controlled. It's almost like being patient with the ball and playing possession football allows you to be that way. It's almost like a style of football that isn't going 100 miles per hour in attack mode could work. I don't know, Chris, but yeah, it was really comfortable. And you know, we had the misfortune last season of saying in a lot of games, Chris, that Leicester could have played for another 90 days, let alone 90 minutes, and they wouldn't have scored. I mean, Gordon Elliott, we had 3 or 4 games, Chris, where they didn't register a shot until the 90th minute back last season. And this season, you could say this game, you could have said exactly what you said actually earlier about Chris, to Kate about Stoke. They could have been playing until next season, and I don't think they would have scored past us the way they went about it. I mean, they like I said, Chris, it was almost as if the second they came, the halftime whistle went, they just flatlined.
Yeah,
and just went, no, done, forget it. Let them have the win. We'll take the L, sort of thing.
Yeah. Right. Well, Kate went for a performance of 8. What are you going to go for, Bob? I've written mine down here.
I'm going to really big it up, and I'm not, you know, I'm not taking in that Enzo support into it. I'm judging it on a performance. It's our biggest away win of the season. We absolutely controlled the game. We made them play badly because they couldn't get the damn ball off us. And even when they did, someone went, sorry, wrong shirt. Thank you very much. Sorry, wrong shirt. We'll go again. Exactly, Gray. You've already called it before I can say it. I'm going with Gray. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. You know, from what I managed to hear and get a little bit updated on that first half as well, it sounds like.
I know you're struggling with just the first half. Well, I've agreed with you. I've gone 9. Just a few little passes that went astray, a few little things that we could have maybe done a little bit better. But look, I'm not going to get picky. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. Now she went for Fatawu for man of the match, and I appreciate you've only seen half the match.
Yeah, it's I'm going to go for sentiment because I didn't see the full game. I'm going to go sentimental, and I'm going to give it to the 2 goal scorer who's had nothing but the proverbial and verbal chucked in him by most of us in this chat.
And I stop you there before because I've already written my man of the match down. I don't know if you're going to agree with me. Can you see what I've written?
I can see there the 2 names of the 3 names potentially in there. I've seen who you've gone for.
Am I covering people up? Sorry, there we go.
Oh, I can see the names you've got written down there. Yeah, I can see the 3. Yeah, and I'm going to give it him. Because I wasn't able to see the full game, I'm allowed this one, and I think it's very well deserved. The Zambian magician.
You just can't think of anything that starts with Z, can you?
No, I tried.
I've got to say, and I can see why Fatawu got it. Mavadini for me could have had it.
Yeah.
McAteer, well, maybe if he'd stayed on a bit longer. But for me, yes, he got the 2 goals. Yeah, look, I am sure that Daka knows how a lot of the fans are feeling about him, and yet he stood up and he took the penalty. Like I say, Mavadini was on the pitch. He took the last penalty we had. Was that Swansea?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was Swansea. He took that one. Kieran Dewsbury Hall was on the pitch. He's taken a penalty. He could have done it, but no, he said, no, my turn. And I think he was about to come off, to be honest with you, but he went up and it was a fantastic penalty as well. He was high, so the goalkeeper had the goalkeeper gone the right way, he wouldn't have got to it.
Could have put 4 in there, he wouldn't have got it. Yeah, you'd have had to have 2 goalkeepers on his shoulders to save it.
Yeah. So and during that game, he was Gray. Oh, you're such a turncoat, Gray.
Yeah.
No, I love you, mate. Look. He was closing down. The goalkeeper, I don't think he was in the first half, so he may not have seen it, but the goalkeeper, he was messing about. Daka, Vardy-esque, if you like, ran at the goalkeeper, got the ball, unfortunately, because it was right on the line, it hit the side netting.
No, that was in the second half. I did see it, and it's good, and again, someone who was in the. You've got to remember as well, Chris. He was in the cold at the start. He wasn't top of the pops. He was almost at Bournemouth come the end of the window, and we were never going to see him again in a Leicester shirt. And the way he's got his head down, refocused. And he has, and it's not maybe not so clear just yet, but he has tweaked the way he goes about things, and that's probably come from Enzo. You'd imagine it's not things it's things we haven't seen throughout his career at Leicester, and you saw it today, like you said, Vardy's closing down, running down. He wasn't really doing that, or if he was. He's never really done it with much purpose. And it feels like sometimes if you roll your sleeves up, get your head down, it really does pay dividends. And I know it's a championship, but he's already scored his highest amount of goals in a season since signing for Leicester, since his first one. Because he's never scored more than 4 goals a season. It might come in the second half of this championship, but I wouldn't be remiss, Chris, if I'm right in thinking here. He's actually got 10 goal involvements this season. I think he's got like 5 or 6 assists. So he's doing well. Long may it continue, Chris. And who knows? Maybe there's a second lease of life for Daka after all.
And he deserves it. He totally deserves it. There we go. There he is, the Zambian Mo Farah, whatever we want to call it.
Zambian Mo Farah.
But look. Like you say, I mean, he's still playing with a smile on his face. And if we went into the Premier League next season and we had Daka and Cannon, let's be honest with you, the way things are going, all right, I know today Vardy's come on and Vardy's got 2, and fair play to Vardy. And I've got to say, Vardy, when he got that 3rd, he was in the right place. The ball was put in, he was in the right place. Daka's first, exactly the same. He was there. He was in the. You need your. There's no point having a goal. Do you remember when Harry Kane was on corners for England? I mean, exactly. Where do you want your striker? You want your striker in the box, saying, "Give me the ball, get it across." And I might miss 8 out of 10, but 2 of those times I'm going to get you a goal. And today, Daka did exactly what Vardy went and did later. It's almost like, Daka was saying, well, go on, Jamie, do better than me.
Yeah, and in typical Jamie Vardy fashion, he went and matched him. So that shows you. But again, that shows the development of Daka throughout, well, I would say seasons, but I feel like it's only come to light in the development of him since Enzo signed and has been working with him. And Chris, people always moan, and I don't know why we seem to find a way to moan, but people seem to moan that Daka, he gets tap-ins, but it's his preemptive brain you're not thinking about. The reason he's getting a 6-yard tap-in, and this is why I said he was like Tony Cotti-esque in that sense, is because he is getting himself in an area where he's thinking that ball comes in, there's a good chance. Percentages, whatever his brain's telling him, where he's saying it's 90% chance it comes in, he's getting himself in a position to react. Yeah. So he can sprint forward and go to the front post if the ball's low there. He can run across it at the back post if it goes there, and he's perfectly placed for a ball straight through on the middle, and that's why he scores goals from 4 yards out and 6 yards out. I don't care if my striker's scoring from 6 yards out or 35 yards out. If he's there and putting the ball in the back of the net, guess what, Chris? He's doing what he's paid to do.
Yes, exactly. And I'll tell you what as well. If we win 1-0 and it comes off Vestergaard's chest or Daka's knee, as a couple of them have this season, or it's a 50-yarder from Winks, and we win all of those games 1-0, we still only get 3 points.
Yeah, that's very true, and it helped us win one league. It looks like it might help us win another if we do stuff like that. Because I remember there was that period, wasn't there, Chris, near the end of that Premier League winning season where 1-0 to the Leicester boys was what we were doing. And again, we're not going to get any extra points for beating Stoke 5-0. It doesn't matter if it's 5-0 or 1-0. At the end of the day, Leicester still have been given 3 extra points, and
it does help obviously with the goal difference. But
although you could argue Leicester's position, the goals aren't that necessary.
No, I mean, as you can see there, Daka celebrating. Right, so look, we've all given our man of the matches and performances. As we all know, it comes down to Alan for the official ones, as he goes to the match and he gives his official ratings. And I've got to say, I kind of agree with what he's got. Although I've gone Daka, I can see, having watched the whole game, why he's gone for this. But the rating, wow, how can you not? I think Kate was being a bit mean, to be honest with you.
Yeah, she's got a bit of Daka hate about him. She was just annoyed he scored 2 goals. That's what it was.
Exactly.
Get Dorinda out. That's what I say.
But look, at 5-0 and a performance like that, it's hard to sort of say, well, this player was bad or you know what I mean, or this one deserves. It's hard, and it's good that we're in that position. His man of the match.
His love child.
Yeah, and again, I can see why, because Winks was all over the bloody place. I hate commentating on a game when Winks is playing, because I'm thinking I can't say it's Winks because he was the other side of the pitch on the opposite side 2 seconds ago.
Look, he's a brilliant.
I'm just going to blow my nose talking. I'm not going to have a shit, but I'm just going to blow my nose. So just talk.
Yeah, I mean the guy's an absolute freak of nature. We call him the Duracell bunny for good reason, because like you say, Chris, he can get the ball 1 minute, he can lay off the pass, and the next thing you know, he's getting the ball back. And before you can start to think, oh well, maybe we're passing it backwards, you hear the commentator tell you that he's halfway through the Stoke City half and he's getting everywhere. Look, I think we should just give Harry Winks an automatic man of the match every game, right? Get it out of the way and done to give the other 10 players a chance. And then we can just go, Harry Winks has won his usual, but who's the second man of the match?
Exactly, yes.
Do it that way from now on.
Yeah. I know that's a very, very good point. And the thing with Harry Winks is that, if you know, I don't know if you've noticed, but whenever he receives the ball, 9 times out of 10, he's got his back to the opposition goal.
Yes,
and he takes the ball, and he does this is his like signature move. He gets the ball, and he turns with it, which takes the defender that's marking him, because he's always got a defender or an opposition player behind him, and he turns him, and he's left him. He does that so well.
Yeah, he does. And that, if you go through any team that plays our style of football, Chris, and I say our style of football, we certainly didn't invent it. It was always around, and we're not the first team to ever do it. In fact, our admirers, Man City, were the reason. They were, you could say, the developers of it, and the ones that perfected the art of this style of play. But you need a player like that. You need somebody who can not just hold the ball up with his back to his teammates, but he knows where they are, and that's what helps Chris. Yeah. He turns, and it doesn't matter if he turns them on the right hand side, the left hand side. He knows where his options are, and you need a player who, in that situation, just stays calm, controlled, and just does what he does. And the way he does it, Chris, is phenomenal, because sometimes, Chris, he's had the ball played into him at 100 miles per hour. He's got 2 players either side of him, 1 behind him, and he nutmegs the guy behind him, turns the guy on the left, and we're through. We're on an attack, and it is very, very admirable to watch a player like that. And you need somebody like that. You need, I believe the old term was anchor. You used to call him, and that's an anchor, not the other letter you were thinking of. Where he just puts his weight in, sits there, waits for the ball, and he's distributing. Chris, he distributes the ball, and he gets Leicester on the front foot. And God, I mean, look, I'll put my hands up. You know, when Spurs fans says we'll swap Maddison for Winks for years and years, I said never good enough for the Premier League, but if we ever went down, we'd take him. Well, he's not only did we take him in the Championship and he's proven me wrong, but he's also seemingly proven me that he's good enough for the Premier League. He is, and I'll say that now. This kid, I say kid, he's probably the more older, experienced head. He's a real talent, and if he can bring that to the Premier League, I think we'll do well next season. But I get ahead of myself here. Again, another 8 out of 10 from him, wouldn't you? 8/9 out of 10 from him, which is just what we need in that midfield.
Yeah. Barcelona played that way first. Well, of course, that's where Pep was.
Well, yes, okay. So we're playing Pep ball. All right, I'll take it. If it gives us half the success that it does Man City and Barcelona when he's been there, I'll take it.
Exactly. Those that don't like boring football, look, we're top of the table. Who fucking cares? Look. I know you're not a stats man, but 57% possession to 42. We had 16 shots. They had 10. We had 56% on target. They had 40%. They blocked 20% of ours. We didn't block any of theirs, but I think that's because they weren't on target, probably. I can't. Trying to see, actually. Let's just have a look at the match stats here. Yeah, they had 11 shots and only 4 on target, so it was never going to really worry us. Was it really?
No, it wasn't. And again, Chris, this has been Leicester all season. When they get their bit between the teeth, and they dig into the opposition, and they're like sharks circling opposition. I think Stoke must have felt, what the hell have we come up against today? Because when Leicester click and they get it right, exactly like they did. For me, they got it right midweek against Swansea, but it was even more impressive today because they just circle that ball around. They play keep away with it. They're like the year 11s keeping the ball away from the year 7s, aren't they? With the ball, they're just playing keep away. Won't let them have it. You're not having our ball back. Can we have our ball back? No, sort of football. And it was so good to see, and how the mighty have fallen with that table, Chris. I haven't done that well this weekend, as per usual in the predictions. But I may have been the only person that backed Preston to beat Ipswich. And from a team that's been with us all the way to the season, do we call Ipswich Tottenham Hotspur? Bottling second place in a tour race?
Preston win?
You what?
Did you go for a Preston win?
I did. I went for in fact, I have it here. I went Preston 2-0. So they let me down in conceding some goals, but I'll take it because they won 3-2.
I would have loved that to have been 2-0 up to the 90th minute, and then they got a third and went 3-0.
No, I would have sent a letter of anger to Preston for scoring too many goals.
I'm going to sneeze again. Talk to me about the top 3.
Look, this is all Leicester needs to keep doing right now, because Leicester did the damage in the first half of the season. They tore teams apart. All right, and then we continue to tear teams apart. But sorry. Well, Gray, you're not in the predictions league, so you don't count. And at the end of the day, is the table on reflection of what the bookies were going to predict? It's there or thereabouts, isn't it? The 3 relegated sides are now the top 3, and eventually, I feel like we've manifested Ipswich's down. Well, I say downfall is a bit harsh, but their drop from the top 2, we kind of talked it into existence now because they are there. And look, the chasing pack, yes, they have games in hand. Yes, they can close that gap to 9 points. Still got to win their games. And at the end of the day, Chris, as long as Leicester just keep going and keep doing what they do, they're going to counter towards this title. And as I've said, Ipswich, all right, they got the win, and again, 1-0, 5-0, same outcome, but they only just got past Bristol City. Southampton had a bit more of a comfortable time at Rotherham, granted, but Leicester are just proving how much hard work and how they're reaping the benefits. That there's no pressure on them. All right, there is a bit of pressure because Southampton and Leeds aren't a million miles away, but the hard work and the reward they got for that first half of the season is going to make this second half a lot less stressful for the players going out there, because they're not going out there playing Stoke going, oh God, we need to win because if we don't, Southampton might overtake us or they'll close the gap to 2 points. They're going, oh well, if we win, we go 12 points clear, and then it's on Southampton. It just feels like the chasing pack have got too much to do.
64 goals scored, only 23 conceded. We've scored more goals than anybody else. We've conceded less goals than anybody else. We've got a plus 41 goal difference, for God's sake.
Yeah, I mean, we're just a different monster under Enzo in this style of football. You know, very, very mean, Grinch-like at conceding goals. And to be honest with you, it could still be. It could have been a lot less than that had we not had that dodgy period where we're conceding 2 goals late on, like we did against Millwall and Birmingham, and a couple more late goals. So it could be even better, Chris. So it just shows you just how confident and how good this team is and playing, playing under Enzo and playing this style of football. Might not be pretty on the eye. People might not all be enamored with it, but if it's winning us games, Chris, I don't care. I really don't. You know, you don't sit on record-breaking pace by being bad at football. And these guys, what would you rather have? A manager that gets the best out of his entire squad by playing a game of football that suits them, or trying to appease 2 or 3 players and playing to their strengths? I don't know. Maybe if you ask a certain Bellend how that worked out for him last year, trying to play to a Madison and Yuri's strengths and no one else's. This is turnaround fair play, because, you know, top of league, 12 points clear, looking really good. And honestly, to quote a movie title, Chris, Leicester, catch us if you can, because I just don't see it. I really don't. You're on mute.
Sorry, it's because I was blowing my nose before.
It's the most sense you spoke all show.
Hey, bum bum. Was it 106 points that?
I believe so. Yes. So Leicester. I don't know what the maximum is we can get, but we are still on for it.
If we take the 72 points that we've got so far, 72 points.
I know, right?
We won the league with about 77, didn't we? We won the
81, I think we managed to get to. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, something like that.
72 points from 30 games. So if we take that form all the way through, that would give us 110.4. So 110 points, basically. If we go unbeaten until the end of the season, and don't get me wrong, we're not going to. 16 times 3 is 48 plus 72. That would give us 120. And if we get 120, well, that would make us not only the highest point scorer in this division, it would make us the highest point scorer in any English division in history.
I mean, what are we at now? Game week 30. There's 16 games to go, Chris. And we've got Leeds and Southampton out of that top half left out of that. So that's 14 games where... I mean, can we? Can we, Chris?
We can dream. And look, catch us if we can. It was also that film against that guy that pretended to be everybody else, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks.
Indeed, Abigail, that was what he was called.
Abigail, yeah, that's it.
It's silly when you say it like that, isn't it? I'll be honest with you, I don't care if we go up with 105 and we don't get the record, as long as we go up. You know,
exactly, mate. I don't care.
105 and second would do me.
Yeah, top 2 is where we needed to be. So what you need, that gets you back in the Premiership. It does exactly the same job. The only difference is the payout in a couple of extra mil. Look, and again, Chris, I know I don't care how arrogant we are. We've earned the right to be a little bit smug and a little bit arrogant. I just don't see us not finishing first. And again, like you said, Chris, don't care if it's 105 or if it's 115. As long as we get promoted and we're playing good football and we're feeling confident and good for next season, you know, this team, I cannot wait to see this get unleashed on the on a Premier League opposition. You know, I'm looking. I'm getting ahead of myself, Chris. I'm rubbing my hands and I'm thinking, hey, give us a mid-table side at home on the opening day. Come on, let Fattery run absolute riot at these, because we'll have a day playing.
I mean, hopefully we've shut two lots of people up today. Over the past few weeks. First of all those opposition fans are saying, "Oh, you're buying the league and you're spending a fortune." We didn't buy anybody in this window. So don't come to us and say we've got all this money. We've got all the money. We're not broke. We can spend it. We just can't, because we're trying to play by the rules and stick with an FFP. So, you know, stop coming at us and saying with this PSG and Man City and all that. Also, hopefully it has shut everybody up that was moaning that, oh, he's going to leave his Enzo because we didn't buy anybody, and, oh, wasn't it an awful transfer window? That's what we do without Senzi. And there's no guarantee we would have done any better with Senzi in there, to be honest with you. And I was going to make another point, and I can't think what it is now. So
the Daka haters as well. We'll throw them in the mix as well.
Let's throw them in the mix. Exactly. But look, next up, this run of games we've had Stoke, we've got Watford the next Saturday, and then the Tuesday we've got Sheffield Wednesday. You've got to say 9 points we should be looking at, shouldn't we?
Mate, I can't see anything other than it. I really can't. You know, Watford at home. It's at Vicarage Road, isn't it? It's away. Yeah. That's probably the most difficult out of the three games that you're mentioning, with Stoke, obviously already done and dusted. But Sheffield Wednesday will be at home. If we beat Watford, it's going to be 9 out of 9, and then what that would put us on
11th at the moment.
Well, yeah, that would put us on 78 points, wouldn't it? Put us 78, if I've done maths right.
If we beat Watford, we'd be on 75. Oh, sorry, if we beat Watford and then we beat...
sorry, I meant collect. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Then we'd be on 79 then. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see any other result. I really don't. It does, you know, people. I don't know why, but people seem to get a bit more nervous. We're brilliant away from home. We've had one defeat away from home this season. One defeat, and it was a wonder-free kick that beat us, right?
Middlesbrough, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes, exactly. It was Middlesbrough away. It was a last-minute free kick, which was a great free kick. Fair play to the lad. He couldn't have put it any better. It was a wonder goal, and that's the only reason we've got an L at home. You know, we've had one draw, one or maybe two draws, and one loss away from home. We are ruthless away from home. And if we turn Watford over 2 or 3-0, I tell you, Sheffield Wednesday, you better keep up your habit of giving me points. Although they didn't today because Huddersfield absolutely smashed them. But I'll be taking home some points for the next couple of weeks if Leicester continue like this. I just don't see it, Chris. I just don't see where Watford or Sheffield Wednesday beat us, especially if Wednesday are going to play like they did today.
28 points clear of 7th, 12 points clear of 3rd. I don't want to sound big-headed, because we're not. All I will say, because you know, people will come on, they'll watch this and they'll go, "Look at you being big-headed." Blah blah blah. Look, we had such a shit season last season that we are just enjoying it. We are just enjoying winning.
We're allowed to.
And I would have loved to have seen Ipswich stay up with us, and they could still do. Let's be honest with you. You know, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. But look, let's just say what a great season it is. Stoke are in trouble. I think the Stoke manager, Schumacher, the wheels might come off his car. Boom, boom. See what I did there? You know, I think he may regret going to Stoke, and I get it. I know you're not your favourite team by any stretch of the imagination, but they are a sleeping giant, more so, I think, than a Birmingham, because they had 10 consecutive seasons when Mark Hughes was there. They finished ninth, and ninth. So they are a sleeping giant, Stoke, but it isn't going to be a 2-minute thing for them. Have you frozen? No. Oh no, I thought you'd frozen then.
No, they need a long-term fix. They need a philosophy change, I feel like, at Stoke, because I just feel like Stoke have been playing Stoke ball since I was born. You know, they just everybody behind the ball, big burly men defending it, slow-paced players. I don't know. I mean, I know they got rid of Dwight Gale, who I don't know if you remember him, his time at Newcastle and Crystal Palace, Chris, but he was a lethal striker back in the day in the Championship. They seem to go for old spent players that are past their peak and past their prime and that, Chris. They need a whole mentor and a whole mentality change. They might need somebody with Enzo's sort of passion to spark the driving, because these managers aren't cutting it for them. They need to be patient and do it. And Chris, I have some really bad news for you. I really do. It is some bad news to what you were saying earlier, because as you was talking then, my phone was on my lap and it kept going off, so I went to silence it. Luke went 5-0.
Did he?
Yeah, Jeff put a message in the group. I was like, what? And I've just scrolled up and checked. Luke went 5-0 Leicester. So he's more than happy.
Wow. Well, fair play to him. He went 4-0. He did actually, now you mentioned it, I think he might have said at the start of the game that he was changing his mind for the watch-along. But well done, Luke. It's your birthday tomorrow. We'll give you that. It's your birthday tomorrow. QPR won today. They beat Blackburn. They're having their own problems. So well done, QPR. They're only 3 points behind Huddersfield. Huddersfield beat Sheffield Wednesday today 4-0. And Rotherham lost to Southampton 2-0 at home. I think Rotherham are down. I think we can say that. And I've got to be honest with you, I think Sheffield Wednesday are as well.
Yeah.
But didn't Huddersfield just sack the manager? Or was that Sheffield? I can't remember.
No, it was Huddersfield. It was ironic because it was kind of like the Leicester Birmingham sort of thing. Huddersfield stole Sheffield Wednesday sacked Darren Moore. He became the Huddersfield manager, and just when they were about to play each other, they sack each other and they go and win 4-0. It's kind of tells you where the problem was.
Maybe there is a common denominator there, but
maybe there is. But yeah, I mean, I've been one manager that has surprised me that it hasn't got the sack, and maybe there's more in the background that we don't know about there, because obviously I don't follow any other club but Leicester. But I am very, very surprised that Blackburn's John Dale Thomas has still got a job.
Yeah,
I really am. I mean, I can understand injuries and having a bad season, but they've just lost to QPR, Chris.
Yeah, they're not giving the manager the backing, so maybe they're feeling a bit like we did with Rodgers, which is where you can't back him. So in fairness, it's not his fault, but I don't know. But look, my nose is absolutely killing me. My Amazon parcel is 6 stops away. So
yeah, and I need to turn this light off because I can feel my head starting to tingle a bit. So I'm with you, mate.
Well, thank you very much for coming on. Don't get your migraine back. Get over to LTID TV 2 and give it a support for Brad. And you can follow him at Fox's Focus on Twitter, if I'm correct.
Close. It's at Full-Time Focus because
your emails, Fox. Yeah.
I know. I took about my original brain thinking these things up, eh?
Yeah. All right, mate. Have a great weekend. Hope you stay well and go and get some rest and keep the light off.
Yeah, I will do. Take care, everybody. Come on, you foxes.
Indeed. 5-0. Good one. Thanks a lot to Brad. LTID TV2, your women's football and quiz Leicester channel. Get over there and give it your support and subscription. Thank you to everybody who's liked the video today. Next up is Watford. And we are going to be back on Monday, I believe. Let me just see if I can get that up for you. There we go. We are going to be back on Monday at 7 o'clock. Hopefully Dave will be back because I think his ceiling is now not as wet and leaking as it was. And of course, Kate hopefully will be there. 7 o'clock Monday with coming up with Let's Talk Leicester. Thanks to everybody who has been in the chat. Nice one, Gray. Obviously, understand if you can't, don't worry. This is the one that causes the most problems with needing mods in. You've done a great job today, Gray. I really, really do appreciate it. I think you've been on your own, haven't you? So really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so very, very much. And thanks to everybody else that's been in the chat. Really do appreciate it. If you still haven't, smash that likes button. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel. And then you'll never, and take that notification bell. And you will never miss another show again. Don't forget, check out our sponsors, surreyhillsradio.co.uk. It's got a great breakfast DJ there every weekday morning, 7 till 10 o'clock. Do stick with it. And I will see you on Monday at 7 o'clock. In the morning, if you're listening to the radio. At night, if you're just watching the videos. Take care. Have a good weekend. Looking forward to watching the game back. All the best.
Chris does it 3 hours a day.
Want to do it again?
5 days a week.
Oh, yes.
Just for you.
I love it.
On the Golden Breakfast Show.
This is Surrey Hills Radio.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.